Tapping wrong things. Help! There we go.
Interesting.
Good evening, my darling batlings.
I had a perfect joke, all set, and then that happens.
I mean, so you're saying is you're going to have to see the joke for another time, or blindside us, some blindside us.
Yep.
Now that you mention it, now you're expecting it. I ain't gonna do it because you're expecting it.
Okay, I'm just gonna make another week.
You're going to spring it on us when we least expect it.
Precisely.
It's gonna be 3 days from now.
Shut up.
So tonight we're returning to Metal Gear Solid 2 after a long break from the Metal Gear saga. Not a, like, intentional trying to avoid Metal Gear stuff, it's just I got caught up in so much other shit that I was like, oh wait, I still have to finish Metal Gear Solid 2. We're not gonna be finishing it tonight, for the record. This is, we are still pretty early in it. Mostly due to large amount of cutscenes that this game has. But yeah, without further mountain ado. Let's also stop the No More Heroes 2 music before I get copyright claimed for Tara Strong's music. Oh, and I forgot to, hold on. I got it here somewhere. Nope, that's not it. There we go. See, I've got the background removal tied to a single press on my Stream Deck app.
Nice.
I've also got all my new expressions, which I showed off last time for the Maxine model, but I'll show them off here when I get around to a good moment for that. Some more exaggerated and cartoony expressions as opposed to what I was limited to before with Hana Tool. Also, I'll probably have to turn down the game volume a bit because this game is a bit loud. Just to be safe, I'll turn it down like this much.
There's Timo.
Alright. Skip through that before we get content ID'd for Metal Gear Solid theme, which is stupid that you can get content ID'd for a video game's theme song when streaming the video game itself.
Yeah, I'm in that boat.
Alright, when we left off, let's see where we were when we left off, because it's been a while. Oh yeah, we just defeated Solidus and revealed that Solidus is not actually Solid Snake, and that our totally incognito person that we had never recognized before, Iroquois Pliskin, was actually the real Solid Snake.
By the way, I posted an update.
I'll have to check it out after stream.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right here, we can do a thing that's like half Easter egg and half actually legit strategy. Which is doing pull-ups.
So we're playing Shadow of the Colossus or Shadow of the Mega Rig.
Because it's going to take a while. But for every 100 pull-ups you do, your grip meter increases.
Nice.
There is nothing in the game that hints at this, and there's never a time when you need to do pull-ups, but it's a neat thing that they put in this, Twin Snakes, and Metal Gear Solid 3.
Oh, okay.
And you get achievements for doing it in the remaster. But it takes a little bit, because you have to get back up there before your grip meter empties. Because if it empties, you automatically fall.
Oof. That's no good.
But this is a legit strategy, and there's a lot of good places to do it early on in the game. Because the more your grip meter is, the better you can do in later parts of the game where hanging off ledges is more encouraged and or required. Talking about Easter eggs in a Metal Gear game, it's like you can't avoid talking about it because every Metal Gear game has all sorts of insane Easter eggs.
Oh, what? Hell yeah.
Like, the only one I can think of that doesn't, but still contains a pretty cool fourth wall break, is the original Metal Gear. For the MSX, where once you get to, like, the point where it's revealed that your commanding officer, Big Boss, is actually the villain the whole time, right before you get to the room where that's revealed, he contacts you on your radio and tells you that the mission's a failure and that you need to turn off the console. To try and keep the player from discovering the plot twist.
It's a nice touch, actually.
It is actually.
And they do that again in this game, during the sequence where Colonel starts sending you a whole bunch of random messages. He tells you to turn the game console off because the mission's a failure. Except this time it's justified in story why he's doing that. But I won't get into that because that's a major spoiler.
Yes, no spoilers, please.
No spawns.
Also, since I keep talking about the voice casts in Metal Gear games, because, stellar voice cast all across the board, there's one recurring voice cast member, JKR, that you'll want to keep an ear out for, because she appears in almost every Metal Gear game, usually playing a different character. And that's Jennifer Hale.
Nice.
She plays Naomi Hunter in Metal Gear Solid 1, Twin Snakes, and 4. She plays Otacon's younger sister, Emma, in this game. That's all I know off the top of my head. But, like, that's most of the classic series where she's in every entry, except for 3. Just like how Greg Eagles is in Metal Gear Solid 1 and Metal Gear Solid 2, playing 2 completely different characters. Actually, 3 completely different characters now that I think about it, because he plays 2 characters in Metal Gear Solid 1.
I have an idea for a live stream. Hear me out.
Yeah?
April Fools. This is another idea. It's for you doing a different year. This right here is the entirety of the live stream.
Yeah, the entire stream is just strength building.
You know what's funny?
There we go. Grip level 2.
I heard grip level 2, not grip level 2.
I'm only going to do level 2 for now because I don't want to spend too much on it, and you'd never really need grip level 3.
Oh, man. What I was going to say was...
In an example of the game's dedication to trying to make the physics as realistic as possible on PS2 hardware, you have to be careful when moving here, because you can slip and fall to your death on the bird shit.
Oh, God.
Open barge.
I have no words.
There's a lot of Easter eggs in this section in general that are very easy to miss because, you only get the one chance.
Yeah.
This is not a pretty sight.
So they can't see 3 feet in front of them.
They're all the way over there, so... Plus, it wasn't until, in my opinion, Metal Gear Solid 5 that the AI got, like, actually good enough to be a threat on most difficulties, outside of just playing on the hardest difficulty. Also, detail I like that was introduced in this game and then carried over into the rest of the series. Location-specific tranquilizer damage. If you shoot them in either the head, the buttocks, or the crotchular area, they'll get knocked out instantly. Whereas shooting them in any other part of their body... Oh, yeah, or the heart. Whereas shooting them in any other part of the body takes a bit for the tranquilizer to set in. And that also applies to bullets. Shooting them in the head, the heart, or the crotch kills them in one hit, no matter what weapon you're using.
Mods in a slingshot with a rock.
You joke about that, but there are 2 PC versions of Metal Gear Solid 2 now, one of which has been modded. Like, there's this version that got ported to Steam last year. And there's also the old PC version, which got a big overhaul mod to fix a lot of the compatibility issues and just native issues inherent to that port of Metal Gear Solid 2.
I think this popped up out of nowhere, that one.
Yeah. It's because they respond to, these things. They're called ciphers. They instantly head towards the last known area you were in before the last one was destroyed. Thankfully, they're also pretty stupid because they only fly on designated paths.
Return your positions. Tighten security.
Yes, return to your position. Tighten security.
Also, bring me sandwich.
Oh, I can go for a turkey bacon club sandwich.
I could go for
Double
a turkey
decker.
sandwich right about now. All I had was pizza rolls and ramen as options. So I went with the pizza rolls because they were almost out. And I decided, might as well finish these off.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, don't want to go over there. Oh, shit, that door's broken. Yeah, we have to go over there.
Can you shoot them down before they notice you?
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Because, the way the Cypher's AI works is differently from the Guard AI. They only react to either stuff they spot or stuff that's hit them without destroying them. They don't pay attention to others in their area.
Okay. You went straight ahead, right? Or that's where we came
Yeah,
from?
I'm supposed to go straight ahead, but there's something over here that I can grab. Like some ammo. Because I was pretty low on ammo after that previous boss fight where we left off last time. You have to do the cartwheel over that, otherwise you'll fall. So, like, the cartwheel that Raiden has versus the combat roll that Snake has actually does serve a functional purpose other than just looking silly. It allows you to get over gaps. And you can also cartwheel into enemies to knock them down.
I was just thinking about the nakedness, that naked part of the game.
Yeah, that's gonna be way later.
Snake, he's here.
Man, he got a dumpy.
In Shell 1.
Yes, he
My
does.
father had some unfinished business with him.
Olga, calm yourself.
I love that when you're using the directional microphone to eavesdrop on people,
I've been
the
waiting for this day for
subtitles
2 years,
like
and I
get
will
bigger
send you
or
to the
smaller
bottom of
depending
the
on how in
thanks to my
focus the
old
target
man.
is,
The launch
Nice.
comes
and therefore
first.
how clearly you can hear them.
Where's Ocelot?
Not here.
I don't
Olga's voice actress, I
Don't talk
believe,
that
is
way
also a
about one of your
recurring
own.
voice actress in
He's
the
not
Metal
one
Gear
of my
series,
own.
if
He
I remember
left my
correctly. I
father
can't
to
remember
die,
who voices
remember?
Olga, we'll talk later.
her.
We need to
But
get
I'm
started
pretty
on
sure
the
she was
final
at
checks for
least
the
also
unit.
in Metal Gear Solid 1.
All right. I'm headed back there.
The upper connecting bridge to Shell 1 is down.
What about the chopper?
The cam-off is out of action. Take the oil fence
Get
from
to the
structure.
chopper.
I'll tell my men to start pulling out.
They have a whole State Farm ad about on the way Arnold said that line, except this time it's the way he says, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, and it includes a
He's got
reference to
luck
get
on
to
his
the
side,
chopper.
certainly.
Like it's a State Farm commercial that I had to see so many times when I was at the beach, because when we were watching Dragon Ball Z Kai on Hulu, we saw the same like 5 ads over and over again. One of which was the Arnold State Farm
No
ad,
one
where he's
gets
like,
in here.
like a good neighbor,
Turn the car
State
on.
Farm is there. Cut. Arnold, you're saying neighbor, it's neighbor. Neighbor. And there's a part where he's like in a chopper on a green screen, like
The door stays
where they're
shut
filming
unless the
against a green
president
screen.
manages
He's like,
to take
get
out
me
that
out of this
panel from
chopper!
inside the room. And it's no job for bare hands.
Alright, so now we have to...
Back immediately.
Remember, our
One
mission
more
this whole
thing.
time was to make contact with the president. As in, like, the
We
U.S.
leave for Russia
president
when
this
his
time, not the
business is
president
done.
of Arms Tech.
I want half the money for that.
So this is where we're gonna do that.
Of course, that was part of the agreement.
We start
And,
looking
the
for our
president
son.
scene is pretty famous
Then
for
what he
multiple
wants to say
reasons.
here.
One of which being the
Take
president's
care of him.
reaction to seeing Raiden.
Gerlukovich soldiers are the cream of the crop.
It's time they went.
I am the cream! That's right, that's what they call me, the cream of the crop.
The old man is dead. The world-
I can't take the term cream of the crop seriously without thinking about the Macho Man Randy Savage
I'm going to
promo,
say this
where he's
again.
going on about the
One
cream of the
last
crop while
time.
he's constantly putting
Don't
empty cups of
try
coffee
anything
creamer on,
us.
like balancing them on stuff and just pulling them out of his non-existent pockets.
I
I'm in front of
don't
the
remember that, and now
It's
I'm
from
just
like
mad.
the 80s or the early
sign of
90s.
flooding, but I can't get close to the door.
Now I just imagine him trying to sell buttercream milk.
You'll be bacon.
Any suggestions?
Remember the Shadow Moses.
By the way,
VR
speaking
training?
of Macho
Take
Man
out the
Randy
circuit
Savage,
panel?
and another reason to
Right.
check out the
But there's
Weird
no
Al
way
show
into the
beyond those
room.
out of context moments I showed
Try
you.
ventilation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
There's
I
a
see
running
one.
segment
Look
in the
for
Weird
a
Al
remote
show where it's
control
Harvey the
missile
Wonder
launcher.
Hamster
You can
doing
guide it
different
through the
stunts,
duct
and one of
into the
them was
room.
Harvey the Wonder
Then
Hamster
target the circuit
wrestling
panel.
Macho Man Randy
Got it.
Savage
Right.
and winning.
Make sure you don't hit
Oh
the president.
God.
The president is wired with nanomachines. If we know the frequency, I can raise him.
We've tried that repeatedly, but there's no response.
And
it
back.
looks like the walls have a
Welcome
built-in
back.
radio shield.
Showed up just in
So
time for
that's why
Grandpa Max
Ames
to
lost
tell us our
contact
mission.
with him.
If you need to confirm his position, you can log into the node.
Like, I didn't play Metal Gear
Understood.
Solid until after
Locate a
Ben
remote
10 had come
control
out,
missile
so
launcher
when I
first.
heard Paul Lighting's voice in this, I was like, oh my god, this is fucking Grandpa Max.
Then what it's also hilarious to me that apparently Paul Iding was like, to me when I heard Paul Iding, my mind went to, oh, the voice of Perceptor from Generation 1. But then when I heard he was also the voice of Grandpa Max, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, when I first saw Grandpa Max, I was like, isn't that the dude from Metal Gear?
Yeah, it's the same voice. Specifically, the voice he started using in this game onward, because the voice he used
Yeah.
in Metal Gear Solid 1 was a bit more gruff.
Yeah, I still heard it though.
Might as well heal. So the puzzle here is very similar to what we had to do in Metal Gear Solid 1 with the electric floor. We have to find a Nikita missile launcher and destroy the power source for the electric floor so we can get into the president's room.
Yeah, so I knew it was Akita, but for some reason I said Rakita. Like, I think my mind went to Rashiki, the other wrestler. that did the fight with the Big Show like in 2000 or something like that. That was back when I actually watched wrestling. That was a good fight actually, if I remember correctly too.
Ah, shit, that's just ammo, not the actual launcher. This part of the game is where my memory starts to fail me, because, like, the middle part of the game I forget a lot about.
So I have a good follow-up question to that.
Yeah? Oh, might as well, pick up the map while we're here. This is the only
What
game
is
where you have to, like, download the map to each area.
I mean, it
But
makes
yeah, what was
sense
your
lore-wise, too. Oh, excuse me. I say that makes sense lore-wise and everything. But, what is memory is my question.
Sorry, could you say that again? I got distracted by coffee.
What is memory?
A miserable little pile of secrets?
I mean, you're not wrong.
I thought that was man.
I mean, man has memory. And what does memory give us? Depression.
Yeah. Yeah.
Failing grades on
Yeah.
pop quizzes because you can't remember the shit that you're being quizzed on.
Serotonin? Wait, no.
If it's a good memory that you're remembering,
Yeah.
or if it's like a spicy
That or
memory
adrenaline.
that you're remembering,
That or adrenaline.
or dopamine.
I forgot the actual dopamine. That was the word I was looking for. Thank you. Serotonin wasn't a word. That was dopamine.
Well, serotonin is one of the sort of like happy brain chemicals, but it's different than
Yeah.
dopamine. Like they serve slightly different purposes.
Yeah.
Trying to remember.
That run.
This is
there.
the only game that has like proper swim mechanics in it, apart from 3. The others
Dude, those-
either don't have you go underwater, or well,
Dude.
I should say this is the only one that has like dedicated swimming sections.
Dude, that run.
Yeah, I love the way that Raiden just scampers up the stairs.
Also, that girl we saw, she looks way too close to Raiden.
There's going to be a point about that when we meet the president.
Oh God.
If you ever the thing about Metal Gear games, you have to understand, is if you ever see a character and think, hey, that character looks suspiciously like this other character, 9 times out of 10, that's on purpose.
Hold on, is there an explodable wall?
No. Those are
Okay.
not really a thing in Metal Gear Solid 2.
Okay, I was looking at the wall and the text. I guess I was looking at it at the map, and it looked like
Now I remember
it
where
was
you
a
have to get
spot.
to Nikita. You have to go through the swimming area.
Yeah, I say this is like a spot that you had to go. It looked like a little faded on the map. But I think
Yeah, I
it's
was
just
getting
a
this
pixel.
confused with this section confused with a later section where you have to swim to get to Emma. Like I've said many times during Metal Gear Solid 2 streams, Metal Gear Solid 2 is like one of the ones that I'm less familiar with because it's one of the ones I don't go back to as much. The one I go back to the least is probably either 4 or 5. Because 4 has like a really unbalanced gameplay to cutscene ratio. And 5 because
You'll have to swim
like it's
through.
just so fucking long.
Stroke the water and
It
move forward
ends
by
like
pushing the
3
button.
times, and then the ending that you finally get is the
Change your
final
heading with
ending
the left
doesn't
stick.
even end
Up
the
will take
story.
you up, down takes
Dude,
you lower. Left and
stroke
right
the
goes
water.
those directions.
I heard that too, yeah.
Stroke the water.
Gauge while you're underwater.
Stroke
Gauge
the water.
corresponds to the amount of air you can hold from a
Water.
single deep breath. Once the ocean
That was
gauge
very
falls to
sexual.
0, the life gauge will
Yes.
start to drop.
Yes, it
That was not what I was trying to do.
Are you sure about that?
100%.
Are you positive?
Yes.
Only fools are positive.
You know what? Only Sith deal in absolutes. Let me guess,
I
your
will do what
point
I
is...
I will.
Oh my god! This is so cool.
What, the swimming?
Okay, no, can you remember how I said I was working on the picture?
Yeah.
I have a color from a background that's scarlet and violet.
Shit, I'm gonna run out of air.
JKR,
Yes.
take a look at that and compare it to the top with the transparent background. Tell me it doesn't pop.
Oh, I love this. I love this.
All right.
I'm gonna have to check that later. Again, can't really... Since I have to go back and forth between different TV inputs, I can't really check stuff on Discord right now.
Completely understandable.
Or, like, ever on stream. One of the neat touches that I like here is if you swim through this little corridor, you can see the Vulcan Raven action figure from the opening chapter of the game.
Ooh.
They had a lot of just, like, random junk in the flooded hallways. Like, there's one part where you can surface in there and you find, like, a rubber duck.
Huh.
What exactly is the function of a rubber duck?
To get autographed by no. Why is his name escaping me now? David K.
Dude, oh yeah.
To get autographed by David K. So he can sing the Rubber Ducky song from Sesame Street.
Oh god, yeah.
As Megatron.
Yes, as Megatron.
Here, I like the
first one.
No, I actually like the second one a little bit better. I think this pops really well.
JKR,
The
get closer
one-
to your mic because you're pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just FYI, that's actually the base for the background I'm gonna be using for most videos. Because it goes to a scarlet and a violet when more focus on violet, and I figured when I play scarlet, more having the red more dominant.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I just
That's some nice.
wanted to see how
That's some nice use of color there. Just from how you're describing it.
Thank you. Yeah, I figured I used the gradient tool, and I'm like, you know what? I have it like kind of right down the middle. I did 3 different ones where you have that, and then let's say I'm combining some stuff you can only get in Scarlet versus things you get, like a combined playthrough. Then it'll be like right down the middle.
Ah shit! I fired this in the wrong spot.
Oh, fuck those stairs!
But at least we can terrify the president while we're out here, because he can hear our explosions and he reacts to them.
Fuck those stairs in particular too.
Fuck those stairs in particular. I'm tired of walking up and down them. What do they think they are? A broken escalator?
Oh god, you're just making me think of my mall when it is it is a broken piece of shit. Oh.
It's like that old Mitch Hedberg bit that I showed you God knows how long ago, where it's like, I like escalators because they can never break down. They can only temporarily be stairs.
Yeah, right.
And my shit in my mall, they might be permanent stairs because they constantly break. And I mean constantly.
Ugh.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, he's pretty much shitting himself.
Yep.
Like, what the
Especially once we meet him and we find out, oh, there he is! No, get out of the way! Mr. President, no! You actually can kill the president, and it gets you an instant game over.
No comment.
Like, Metal Gear games give you a lot of alternate ways to get game overs, usually by killing plot-critical characters. All right, time to meet the president.
Mr. President.
President Johnson,
So you're finally here.
you've been expecting me?
Your equipment, that skull suit, isn't exactly standard military issue.
Are you all right, sir?
Is this some kind of sick joke? I thought
Yes.
you came to kill me.
What?
I'm prepared to face the consequences of my betrayal.
What are you... What the...
You're a man? Well, who are you?
So does this
Fox
imply
Hound,
that the
sir.
president just... actually,
Hound?
no. This is totally in line with presidents we've
see.
had before.
No, thanks.
Oh, that's why I said no comment. 'Cause I knew it was coming. Before I met you, my first YouTube poop was dealing with the cupping in the balls.
So nobody can listen in.
But,
Yes,
like,
sir.
there is a reason he did that. He thought it was Olga.
Do you read me? sir?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I said he's about... There's a reason that they
It's
look
my
alike.
understanding that the terrorists have managed to input the code sequence necessary for launching a nuclear strike.
That's correct. I punched the sequence in myself.
You're working for them?
If you asked me 2 hours ago, my answer would have been yes. Right now, they're keeping me alive until my vital signs are reconfirmed.
They betrayed you?
I wouldn't quite put it that way. I wanted power. They sought destruction.
But why stoop to terrorism?
I wanted absolute power.
President.
Good
you have
question for the
power.
No.
president.
Just a figure.
Yeah, presidents have done this before, and
Control. The real power is in the Patriots' hands.
All right, this is a
Oh.
big
The
lore
truth
moment
behind
here
this country.
for the
I'm
entire
not surprised
series.
you've never heard of them. Very few are aware
This is the
of
first
their
time we're
existence,
properly
even
told
among
about the
those with code
Patriots.
word clearance.
Huh?
Politics, the military, the economy, they control it all. They even choose who becomes president. Putting it simply, the Patriots rule this country.
No.
Hard to believe, isn't it? But it's the truth. The space defense, income tax reduction, and national missile defense programs. Every policy that's been credited to me was actually done.
Wait a minute,
according
space
to their
defense?
instructions.
Holy fuck, this game in 2001
Space defense was
predicted the Space
initiated by
Force.
Congress.
That's what the Patriots want the
oh
country to believe.
god.
It's all a show.
Why does it keep being accurate? This is from 2001!
Do you actually believe
Metal Gear Solid's a new Simpsons.
No.
this country is shaped and
I
controlled?
mean, I'm not completely wrong.
You're not
No,
wrong.
What they want to believe.
I mean, what's his name? The
Exactly
brain link
well-staged
thing.
Production aimed at satisfying the public.
Huh?
Don't look at me like that. I'm legally sane, you know.
It's not your sanity that worries me.
It's the fact that cuts
The
my balls.
Patriots. Even I don't know who the actual members are.
You're
A
the
lot
president.
of the
You have
sequels to
power.
this are going to be
Military
dealing
leaders.
with the history and foundation
No
of
one knows who
the Patriots.
really are. Even my instructions come from a cutout. All I've been told is that every key decision is made by a group of 12 men, known as the Wise Men's Committee.
Your office? The White House?
Merely puppets, pawns in a game. By pledging my loyalty, an insignificant son of a senator
Now,
was awarded the presidency.
Without getting into spoiler territory,
Of course,
before
that
you
wasn't
think
the
that
only
this is
price
some
I
sort
had
of
to
like
pay.
ancient
do you
conspiracy
mean?
stuff
Even if
that
a
we're delving
pawn
into in
becomes
this
a
game,
queen,
as
still
we'll
just a
very
playing
quickly
piece.
learn, the Patriots were established in like the
I
1960s
wanted
or
to
the
leave my own mark
1970s.
in history, but my
Yeah.
ambitions were.
But there were like a precursor
understand
to them
someday.
that play a big part in Metal Gear Solid 3's plot called
I wished to be a
the
member of the
Philosophers.
Patriots. I wanted to wield the power of a king instead of
And even
being
then, the
an expendable
Philosophers
pawn.
are
And
like
that
a
justifies
post-World War
acts of
II
terrorism?
foundation.
Yes, I'd intended to use
Huh.
the new Metal Gear as a bargaining chip,
Bargaining chip?
but
But I can't get too much into
Solidus.
that without
He actually
spoiling Metal
wants
Gear
to
Solid 3.
challenge the Patriots, even if it means the destruction of the world.
And I can't get into the foundation of the
saying?
Patriots
Whether
without
you believe it or
spoiling
not,
big
the
parts of
balance
later
of power
games.
rests in the hands of the Patriots.
Fair enough.
They regulate the country's various interests through controlled presentation, staging a drama that is palatable to the general masses. Can you imagine what would happen if they ceased to function? Picture a massive political vacuum, a space that
Every day.
monger will try to fill for their own greedy ends. I'm talking about an unregulated power struggle.
Stop being accurate to our...
Like it or
Fuck!
not, the Patriots is an organization that must continue to exist.
So you changed your mind because you wanted to avoid global chaos.
Exactly. When I told Solidus that I wished to prevent disaster, he
Now, the
replied
thing
that
that this game
can
doesn't
never
delve
become
that much
players.
into,
And who
but is a
this
follow-up to the
Solidus?
post-credit scene of Metal Gear Solid 1, if you remember.
my predecessor,
Yeah, this
George
is where they
Siemens.
really delve into it.
that was the name the public came to know him.
Solidus is the former
I
U.S.
knew him
president.
by his code name, Solidus Snake.
The president who was serving
He was
during the events of
third
Metal Gear
Snake,
Solid 1,
preceded by
and who
Solid
Ocelot
Liquid,
was
a
reporting to
survivor
at
of
the
the
time.
Les Enfants Terribles project. Neither solid nor liquid. He was a well-balanced
And
masterpiece.
not only is he,
The
you
Patriots
know,
saw fit
the
to
former U.S.
entrust with the
president,
presidency.
he's the previously
However, he fell out
unheard
of
of
grace with the
third
organization 4 years
result
ago.
of the
When acting on his
cloning
own,
Big
he
Boss
started an
project, the Les
incident.
Enfants
4
Terribles,
years ago, Shadow Moses.
created to be,
That's
like,
right.
unlike
At the time,
Solid
the DARPA
and
chief, Donald
Liquid Snake, who
Anderson,
each
together
had their
with
strengths and
certain
weaknesses,
influential parties,
Solidus
initiated
is
the
a
development of
nearly
Metal Gear Rex
100%
and
accurate
an
clone
advanced
of
nuclear
Big
warhead.
Boss.
However, this did not fall in line with the Patriots' plans. What's more, Solidus decided
Right
on
down
his
to,
own send his most
like, on a
trusted man,
DNA level,
Ocelot,
being
to
identical.
provoke Liquid Snake, bringing about the said incident. As a result, he succeeded in obtaining Rex and the data on the warhead. But in doing so, he ended up revealing the existence of both Rex and the Genome Army, a blunder that earned him the wrath of the Patriots.
See, there was actually fallout from Metal Gear Solid 1.
From the presidential
Uh,
office.
Like, they couldn't, there's no way that they could have kept an event
I
like
thought
that
he
under wraps,
resigned.
and that
That's
led
the
to
story given to
the
the
Patriots
general public.
ousting
Following his resignation,
Solidus
the Patriots
from
selected
office.
me, their new pawn,
which
for the
in turn
presidency.
leads
that
Solidus
would
to
mean that
form
the
the Sons of
presidential
Liberty, who are the
race
main
was-
villain
That
faction
was
of this
quite a
game,
show, wasn't it?
trying
It
to
was a
overthrow and destroy
well-scripted
the
drama
Patriots.
staged by the Patriots for the benefit of the public. Even the Democrats and Republicans were dancing to the Patriots' tune. Everything went according to plan, but for one exception. Following his resignation, Solidus' health was scheduled to fail him, bringing about his untimely death.
Capped?
Correct. But before the Patriots could
What's the
execute their
cap in
plot,
that ass? Okay.
Solidus went underground with the help of Ocelot. As he avoided pursuit, Solidus
This is
gained
also the game that
control of
introduces the
Dead Cell,
concept of
winning over
Ocelot
Colonel
working for,
Galukovich's
like,
outfit.
multiple
From there,
factions
he
at
bided his
once.
time, knowing that his
They delved a
opportunity would
bit
soon
into
arrive.
that in Metal Gear
What
Solid 1, but it
opportunity?
was like
The
the post-credit
completion of
stinger
the new
revealed
Metal Gear
that he
project,
wasn't working
an
for
opportunity that
Liquid
would
all
even
along. He
his
was actually
odds
working for the
against
president.
Patriots.
As we established in
stealing
the
the
Tanker
Patriots'
chapter
most
of this
valued
game,
project,
and we'll
he
see
would be
throughout
able
this,
to place them
he's
in a very
working
uncomfortable
with
position.
the Sons of
It's the
Liberty,
only
but he's
chance he
also
has for
working for the
survival.
Patriots.
Once he has the new Metal Gear, he'll declare war against the Patriots.
And then
Needless to
we've
say,
also got the
he must
wild
stop.
card that is
Metal
Liquid
Gear is
Spirit
already operational.
possessing him
No,
through his
not yet.
transplanted arm,
What you saw was Metal
who
Gear Ray,
wants
hijacked
both of them
2 years
gone.
ago from the Marines by Ocelot.
Aye, aye,
That was
aye.
not the new Metal Gear.
Then where's the new Metal Gear?
Right here.
What?
Here's another big
You're
reveal.
standing in it. To be
Just
more
a
precise,
rapping.
this entire big
Where's
show
the next
facility
Metal Gear?
is the
It's
new
right
Metal Gear.
here.
What'd you say?
No, I'm
Yeah,
quite serious.
the entire
upper
facility
structure
that we're
you've
in
seen is
is not
camouflage,
actually a water
designed to
treatment plant
represent
to
an offshore
to
cleanup facility. The main
fix the
structure
toxic spill
extends
from the
from the
sinking of the
foundation
ship at
all
the
the way
beginning
down
of
to
the
the
game.
ocean floor.
It's
The
actually a
connecting
cover
elevator is
for a
located on the
larger
B2
Metal
floor
Gear.
of the Shell 1
Oh,
core.
jeez.
Except this Metal Gear is a flying battleship called Arsenal Gear.
Metal Gear.
Oh,
Why don't they just make a submarine and have it
That's
hidden?
right. Arsenal. We're talking
Since they have
Well,
this
it also
technology.
works
Forces carried
it also
over
works
over
as a
couple of
submarine.
thousand missiles, including nuclear
They
weapons,
wouldn't be able to get
all
captured if they
protected
did
by a
everything
horde of
underground,
mass-produced
under the
Metal
water.
Gear Ray units.
Mass produced.
The
I
Ray
don't-
unit
Yeah, and
was
the Metal Gear
designed
Ray
for
that we saw at
Marines
the
to be
beginning
used
of the
as a
game that was enough
countermeasure
to
against the
like
Metal
fuck
Gear
up the
variations
entire
throughout the world.
ship and nearly
The
kill Snake.
Patriots had Ray redesigned
They've
to
mass
protect the new
produced that
Arsenal
fucker and
gear.
have like 25
So
of
now
them
anti-Metal
on
Gears are
on
guarding
board
the
Arsenal
Metal
Gear.
Ironic, isn't it?
Hmm.
That's not all. Arsenal Gear has full access to the military's tactical network, giving it the ability to exercise absolute control over our nation's armed forces.
Yeah, this is another
Not
thing
to
that this
mention
game
our
doesn't delve
nuclear
much into,
armament.
but later
In
ones
short,
will,
Arsenal
is
was
in
created to
from
be
Metal
the
Gear
core
Solid
of
2
our country.
onwards, all the soldiers
Idiotic weapon.
working
Weapon?
for
No.
world
You're not
governments
seeing the full
are,
picture.
especially the U.S.
Arsenal
government,
gear is more than
are
just a
tied
military
into
tool.
a ID chip system where,
It
like,
is a means to preserve the
one,
world
it
as
allows
is.
them to only
It will
operate
establish a new form of
weapons and
control.
equipment
The
that they
Patriots
have
will use it
been
to keep
granted
their place
clearance
as the
to.
country's true rulers.
And the other
Right now,
is
they
that
feel
they're
pressured
all
and threatened.
transplanted.
By what?
They're all like
They fear
linked
an
into a
overabundance
network
of digital
that can
information.
actively
The
like
world will
shut
drown in
down
the
their,
coming flood of
like for
information.
example, their
They
motor
along with it.
functions, or
The
their
Arsenal plans
or like
include a
affect
system
their
to
emotions
digitally
in
manage
battle
the flow of
at
information,
the
making it
will of
possible to
whoever's in
shape the
control
truth for
of
their
the
own
system.
purposes. In short, the Arsenal system
So
is
they
the
can
key
like
to their
single-handedly turn
supremacy.
the tide of battle at will
Yes.
Yeah.
if you're in
GW
control
system
of the
is the Patriot's
entire like
trump
military
card.
linking system.
Arsenal gear will be
What
fully
they
operational
pass
when
it
GW
as,
is
you know, so
successfully
people are
integrated.
wanting to join it,
Once
is that also
operational,
makes you
it will
more
be a
efficient
completely
in
new form of
combat
power
because you're
for the Patriots
like
to wield.
linked up not just
I had
mentally
hoped
but
to seize the
physically with
project
your
from them,
teammates, so you're
so
always
that I would be in a
100%
strong
in sync
bargaining
with each
position.
other.
Bargain for what?
That's
I'd hope
scary.
to trade my way into
Yeah.
their ranks. The Solidus preferred
And this also
protection.
gets into another goddammit, why was
His
this
plan
thing
to unleash a
predicting
nuclear
the
blast
present
over the
day,
skies of
since
Wall
we've got
Street to
fucking
break the
elongated
control of
muskrat
business
talking
community.
about implanting brain
Is
chips in
also a key
people.
factor in his offensive
Yeah.
plan.
Outer heaven?
Listen, there isn't much time. The football
Except in this
service
case,
is
it's not done
for
through chips,
activating
it's done through
Arsenal gear.
nanomachines.
I've already input the necessary code sequence. It won't be long before GW begins to establish connections with other external
Where's
systems.
Washington?
And Arsenal
GW is, well,
operational.
you're not wrong about
Stop
that.
them before it happens.
GW is the name
That is your
of the
role.
AI that
Oh.
controls, like,
You've
all
got
the
to find
military
Emma
systems.
Emmerich. She's the only one who can stop that thing once it's been activated.
Emma.
To my knowledge, there
She's the
were at
system
least
programmer for
one or
Arsenal
two
gear.
different
I believe she's somewhere on level B1
AI
in the
control
core of this
systems
building.
throughout the Metal Gear
I thought
saga
the
that were
levels
both
below us
codenamed
were
after former
flooded.
U.S.
I'm
presidents.
sure they won't let her die just yet, as she's the only remaining programmer for this project. According to Ocelot, she was being held in a locker room located in the northwest part of level B1. Cut
The
transmission.
way he mentioned Emma, that's his girlfriend or some shit.
This
That is
code
Otacon's
it'll
younger
give you access
half-sister.
all the way to Emma's location.
Oh.
She was the one who programmed the
this to her when you find
GWAI,
What is it?
and as a
program
result is
for
the one
disrupting
who's
the
going to be able
control
to take it
functions
down.
Between GW and Arsenal
Oh.
Gear. Take Emma to the computer room on level B2, Shell 1 core. She'll know how to load the program into the main system.
A virus?
Watch I get a third uncle's cousin, 12th remove in the next game.
Well,
if he ever gets,
You,
because
you
you ever
joke
gets the
about
rights.
you joke about that, but as we play through, especially through
You've got to hurry.
the
That disk is
past
the only way
games
you're going to
that are
stop
set, the
Arsenal.
games that are set in like the 60s, 70s, and 80s that follow Big Boss, the extended family of
Well,
Otacon ends
I've
up
told
becoming
you
like
everything you need to know.
a recurring element throughout the Metal Gear saga. This game introduces
There's
his
only
sister.
one thing that remains to be
Peace Walker
done.
introduces his father. And his father plays a much larger role in Metal Gear Solid 5.
Fucking hell.
Kill me.
What the?
There's no time to argue. The final check for my
And without delving
will
into
start in a
spoilers,
second. If you kill me now, we'll let
Otacon's
you
dad
trigger the nuclear
is,
strike.
without a doubt, the most hated person in the
Don't!
Metal Gear saga by the
That's the
fans,
rule.
and deservedly so.
That's abusing your right to free speech, Mr. President. Or is it ex-president?
The president! Why did you...
Alas, my finger must have slipped. I'll see you around, carrier boy.
I love his mustache in this game.
Forget him.
It's so
He did
fun.
us a favor. Without free will, there is no difference between submission and rebellion.
Also, this is the second time that we've had
My
a
only
person that we had to
real
make
choice
contact
is to
with
put an end
die
to
of
this
something
charade.
related to their heart.
Let me at
DARPA
least
chief, right?
freedom
The second time in this game. First game had 2 people die of heart attacks. This game, we had, I think he was an FBI or, like, NSA contact. Ames was his name.
As your commander-in-chief.
Ames died because his pacemaker failed. Now, the president has died because he was shot in the heart. There's a lot of... What I'm trying to hint at is that there's a lot of parallels between the events of Metal Gear Solid 1 and the events of Metal Gear Solid 2. And those are
Also,
110% intentional. Oh, I thought I could get some dog. Yeah, you can lug around the president's dead body, but I thought I was going to get a dog tag from it. But that makes sense that you wouldn't, because you can't get dog tags from corpses.
I was gonna say, like, I was gonna ask, what can you drag them and throw them off the?
No, you can't drag bodies between sections of the game.
The president and
Unfortunately.
eliminate the
Damn.
terrorist threat. However, given the recent turn of events, we will honor the president's last directive. You must put a stop to Arsenal gear once and for all.
Do you actually think there's any truth to his story about this big shell facility being a front for Arsenal gear?
I don't have the security clearance necessary to verify the facts. However, he was the president. I'm sure he knew what he was talking about.
Aren't you forgetting that he was part of the terrorist plot?
All the more reason why I believe his information is reliable.
Huh?
We're talking about a man who chose to die rather than risk a nuclear holocaust. Thanks to his sacrifice, the Nuclear Launch Authority has shifted to the vice president, effectively eliminating the terrorist threat.
Colonel, when you put it like that, it almost sounds like I should have assassinated the president to eliminate the threat.
That was not my intention. I was trying to point out that there is certainly some credibility to the words of a man who chose death to protect the innocent.
The Colonel has a point, Jack.
What about the information he gave me on the Patriots?
Rose.
That's a new
Shut
one
up,
on me.
Rose.
I'll see what I can find out. Raiden, we're running out of time.
Rose,
Find
the hose,
Emma.
you know,
She's supposed to be located on level B1 in the core of that building.
I have
you're in,
more I could
right?
say about
B1
that,
what?
but I
You've
have
got to
more I
find her
could say
before
about
Arsenal
that,
becomes
but
fully operational.
spoilers
Hurry,
for a
Jack.
later game.
It's up to you to make sure that the
I don't even remember what I said.
You said Rose is a hose.
Understood. Raiden.
Oh.
out.
What's
Oh.
your status, Raiden?
Snake.
Hey, there
the
he is,
president.
the
He's
boy.
been assassinated.
What?
There was nothing I could do.
What about the nuclear strike code sequence?
He died before his vital ID could be reconfirmed.
Then the enemy's lost their nuclear strike capability.
But that Ocelot guy obviously killed the president on purpose.
Why?
It doesn't make any sense. They had to know that they couldn't launch the nuke if they killed the president.
Maybe there's a way to launch without reconfirming the vital ID.
Or maybe they found a more effective weapon within Arsenal gear.
You knew about Arsenal gear?
Yeah,
Why didn't you tell me about it?
you never asked.
Was a rich
Am I correct in
bitch.
assuming you
No,
also
it was
know that the
it's
big
literally
shell's
just
the
you
front for
didn't
the
ask.
project?
You mean, did I know that the Big Shell, a fully functional environmental cleanup facility, was designed to camouflage Arsenal gear? Yeah, I did. It's exactly what the President and Ames described, a massive cover story. The good news is that it hasn't really done much in terms of cleaning up the environment, so we won't have to worry about any toxic gas being released if we have to blow the house down.
Right.
It's a good
And when did
thing.
you find out
Snake's
about all of this?
genuinely like,
It took
it's a
a
good
while,
thing
but
this
we
thing is
uncovered
just
the
a
info
massive
around the
waste of
time you took
taxpayer
out
money.
that mad bomb.
Basically,
There's no doubt that Arsenal gear is
$82 trillion down the drain.
on that day. All of it.
Oh my god, I was hoping saying you joke about that. I was hoping for that. It's the fact that you didn't say that scares me more.
I know these pictures. They were on the news on several
The
websites. If I
fact.
remember right, the reporters blamed you.
Also,
for
if I
sinking
were the colonel,
tanker.
if I were the colonel, since he said
That's
that
right. Otacon,
he doesn't have the
me,
necessary
we were
clearance
used.
to,
We'd hope
you
that
know,
by going public with
glean the
photos
full
of the Metal
information.
Gear, we could persuade the government. At least
If I
that
were in
was
his
the plan
position,
at the
I would
time.
just said this.
I'll have to
I've
give
gone through
myself
the
a
training of the tanker mission
promotion.
before.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Well, I doubt
that's
it
not how
accurately
military
simulates
ranks
the events
work.
of that mission.
You also have to keep in mind that Colonel Campbell is
I've
effectively
infiltrated the
retired
dummy
from the
tanker to
military.
obtain
He
proof
keeps the
that a
colonel
Metal Gear
title
was under
as
development.
like a status
Shortly after I
of
hit
having
aboard,
served
an
with the
armed
U.S.
group led by
military,
Colonel Galukovich
but
was
he's
able
not
to set the
he's
game
not
control.
actually in
Olga and
service. He's
Ocelot
only
were among
acting
the
as like a
raiding party.
figurehead and as a figurehead and CO for the mission.
Who are you talking about?
A man that was
So he's
supposed
aware
Just
for
like he
the
was in
other
Metal Gear
people.
Solid 1.
Their
He's
target
retired
was
from
also
active
Metal
duty.
Gear Ray. But Ocelot
So for those that are much
Commander
younger,
Scott Dolph, and he hijacked
imagine your in-game name or your
I don't know what kind of deal
Xbox Live tag, whatever, right? Is your title back then, and you decide to keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, putting it in more realistic terms, it's like how, for example, my grandpa is also a former U.S. colonel.
How did you manage to get out?
He still is referred to by the title of colonel, but that doesn't mean that he's still serving as a colonel in the military. It means that he achieved that rank.
It turned out that the whole thing.
The only time you're stripped of your rank is if you're court-martialed.
Photos of Snake taken by the
But the only time, like, I don't know what my father, grandfather, or either my grandfathers, they're all vets, funny enough.
Metal Gear activities.
I don't know the ranking.
Snake.
Since the Shadow Moses incident, Snake became sort of a hero.
Well, you know, in my defense, I didn't know he was retired.
I think the Patriots weren't too.
That's a thing that's very easy to forget because it's really only mentioned in Metal Gear Solid 1.
It seems like everyone knows about them except
It's
me.
mentioned multiple times in Metal Gear Solid 1, but also in your defense, it's been like a year since we played that.
Yeah,
I think the
Patriots
and that's not like him not being in active control of the mission and not having access to the full file was a big plot point in Metal Gear Solid 1, but not until the end of the game.
The Marines' Metal Gear Ray project, headed by Commander Dolph, was carried out in opposition to the Navy's Arsenal Gear project. To be more precise, the Patriots considered Metal Gear Ray to be a thorn in their side. Hence, they attacked the dummy tanker and stole Ray. They followed this up with a perfect plan. They immediately sent a fully loaded tanker to the same location and sank it, then set up the facility to camouflage the development of Arsenal Gear.
And we fell for it. 2 more puppets in their show.
Colonel Gerlukovich and his daughter Olga?
Both fell victim to Ocelot's plot.
Was Solidus behind all this? He used Ocelot to get hold of Ray, huh?
No, he was underground, keeping a low profile at the time.
Then it must be.
That's no good.
Yeah, none of this is good.
What's Ocelot doing alongside Solidus?
Chaos.
Control.
Forget it. We're wasting time.
Or the warrior.
The nuclear strike's been prevented.
What is going on?
Has a massive payload of missiles to deal with.
Right. If the opposition
Did
gets
my
control
internet
of those
die?
missiles.
Right.
On stream is showing the.
Isn't Emma Emmerich
My sister.
Oh, I got an ad.
You got me. She's a computer whiz who specializes.
Okay, I'm back.
ad.
Yeah, it looks
Okay.
like that was a hiccup on Twitch's side.
Using complex logic.
Yeah, they can put an ad, but they don't want to put.
What? Fuck! I know why it happened.
Whatever her reasons, we need her in order to stop Arsenal.
Isn't like Evo going on or something?
I'm on my way.
Livo?
Evo.
Oh,
the world's biggest fighting game tournament.
I think it is still going on.
That would explain it.
Yeah, it's taking up precious bandwidth from lowly small streamers. Apparently.
Actually, no, it already ended.
Either that or there's some other event going on.
Some fucking event.
Olympics, maybe? People probably
It could
watching...
be, given that they stream sports on Twitch now.
That's probably it then. For those that didn't see it, oh my goodness, having Marie Antoinette at the beginning with the rock show. Oh god, that was good.
Gotta be honest,
real
I
good.
hate Twitch so much for that because, in my opinion, it should have just been strictly kept to, you know, games and just chatting stuff like that.
It's basically those gotta remember their business, so they gotta make the money, which is like.
You also have to keep in mind that Twitch has historically operated at a loss, and the only reason they haven't gone under is because they have Amazon's funding back, basically giving them unlimited money to keep going. So, striking deals with like the NBA, the NFL, the Olympics Committee, and stuff like that is a good way to draw in viewers from all over the world for a live broadcast 24/7.
Yeah.
As opposed to the TV stations who have their daily programming to air. and therefore good advertiser revenue.
Yeah.
Basically, it makes sense from a business perspective, even if it goes against the ethos of Twitch as a website.
This is Arikado.
Yeah, same thing with YouTube with that, what was it, PewDiePie? What?
The seawater that's been pumped up is pouring into the building.
Oh, I lost my train of thought.
Listen, there's something I have to tell you about EE.
Wet and miserable. Oh.
I'll get her out.
She's afraid of water.
What?
He met my ex-girlfriend.
When she was 6 years old, she almost drowned with my father in our swimming pool.
She can't swim?
Well, yes and no. We used to swim a lot together when we were kids. In fact, she swam like a fish until that day when she almost drowned. When the accident happened, I was in my room. I learned later that EE was calling me for help. She didn't doubt for a minute that I'd be there. You could see the pool from my room, but I didn't realize at the time that she needed my help.
What were you doing?
I was...
So Emma survived the ordeal.
Yeah, but my father didn't.
So you blamed yourself and left your family?
No.
He's beaten his meat, okay.
The fact is, I betrayed her.
I'm going to answer it because
she can't swim because of the traumatic
spoilers,
experience?
but also,
I haven't
like,
seen her since that day,
what the
but
fuck?
Yes, I think so. I got a letter from Julie, her mother, after they moved back to England. In her letter, she mentioned that EE couldn't swim anymore, that she refused to even wear a bathing suit.
Damn, if she still can't swim, we're in trouble. Level B1 in the core is pretty much flooded.
Look, maybe you can help her overcome the trauma.
You want me to help her get over it?
Well, it's still gonna take some time.
Also, Emma is probably just the most
kid.
adorable
Emma's
character
rescue is up to you.
in the Metal Gear saga, apart from
Thanks.
from Big
An
Boss.
underwater mission? Well, this is a first.
I know it sounds weird to
can do.
describe someone as
suggest
gruff
that
and
you drum
manly
the
as
map
Big
of the
Boss as
building in your
adorable,
head,
but
'cause
you'll
you won't
see.
have time to look at it when you try to bring Emma out.
I mean, we all think the Undertaker and Kane were adorable and awesome as hell. And the Undertaker.
If there's anything you need to ask me,
Oh.
Like, without delving into spoilers about what kind of person Big Boss actually is, outside of his, you know, legendary best soldier who ever lived persona, he believes in Santa.
That's adorable.
And he believes that NORAD actually tracks Santa.
Oh my god.
So basically, he would be the protagonist in the next Rhapsody Street Kids reboot.
Oh god.
I'm surprised they haven't tried to reboot that. Instead, we're getting a fucking skibbity toilet movie.
Oh, God.
I thought that was a joke.
No, it was reported in Variety, which means it's real.
It's on the internet, so it must be true.
Well, Variety's, like, not just a random pop culture website. They're like, Hollywood Insider magazine.
Yeah, kind of like how Jet Magazine is really like the same thing, but for the black audience.
Honestly, I hope something like that flops. I really hope the idea.
I mean,
flops.
it'll probably end up like Michael Bay's live action Dora the Explorer movie, where like it makes a profit, but like doesn't become a franchise.
Yeah.
Like it's shot for a low enough budget that it makes a profit regardless of how many people see it. But like there's not, but it's like a one and done thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, my thing is, what the I know what Skibbity Toilet is, but what the fuck is a Skibbity Toilet?
There's the rubber duck. Rubber ducky, you're the one.
You're the one. You make bath life so much fun. Wait.
Apples.
Oh, you can't hear my laugh. I can't. Oh. No, I have to turn my noise production down. That's what I have to do, but we ain't doing all that.
Let's see, bandage. Just stop the bleeding. Otherwise, I'll bleed out in here.
So that's a no good.
Actually, I'm heading the wrong way anyway. I've got to open this door in here. No, wait, that's not the right door I have to open. I was headed the right way. Was I? No, it's this door. That's not just a random jump scare, by the way. That's the body of Peter Stillman, the bomb disposal expert that we worked with earlier, who sacrificed himself to stop Fat Man from blowing up the plant. He was on the other shell and couldn't escape because he activated a booby trap that Fat Man had set up. And there's his corpse. That explosion is also... That booby trap is also why this whole section's flooded.
Yay. Thanks a lot, bomb disposal guy.
Alright. I believe we have a boss fight here. Yes, we do. This is where we finally get to fight Vamp.
Nice.
Yes, it's water wings.
It's dumber than that. Because that's water that has no buoyancy.
Unfortunately, haven't had no vacancies.
Due to the way it's been treated, if you go in it, you get sucked under and die instantly. But Vamp can just sit on it.
What the fuck?
Also, if Vamp's voice sounds familiar to you, I know I say this every time I play this game, but it's been a while, so you probably forgot. That's Phil Lamar as the voice of Vamp. You might know him as Samurai Jack.
Oh, yeah.
And you might also know him as Hermes from Futurama.
Well worth the wait.
I also know him as two other people that I know from cartoons. One, he was Virgil Hawkins, aka Static Shock.
Yeah, he was Static Shock.
And he was Green Lantern John Stewart.
One of my favorite Green Lantern. Hey, how you doing, Shadow Dragon? Yeah, John Stewart is my favorite Green Lantern.
Surprisingly enough, he was my very first Green Lantern ever.
Wasn't mine.
He was my first Green Lantern because Justice League was my introduction to a lot of the broader universe of DC superheroes outside of just Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman.
I watched the sickest cartoon being Super Friends.
Yeah, I saw a few episodes of the Super Friends, but I don't think that had Green Lantern in it.
Oh no, it had the Wonder Twins, I think.
It had the Wonder Twins. It had Aquaman, of course.
Yeah.
Lasers and magnetics to generate heat-insulated compression.
They also had the other kid of another Super Friends thing.
And Solidus has no idea of its existence.
I get my Super Friends cartoons mixed. One was in the 60s, one was in the 70s, and then you also had the Justice League running beside those.
Yeah.
Arsenal is activated. A nuclear threat still exists.
I mean, this is really technically relevant because we always talk about retro things.
Everything
Yep.
we believed in. We were abandoned to take the fall in their cover-up.
So this is like a part that's easy to forget about Dead Cell, is that they were like a Black Ops unit for the U.S. government, and were used as patsies for used as patsies to take the fall for a mission gone wrong or something like that. Basically, they were betrayed by their own government, which is why they joined up with Solidus.
You're insane.
Insane.
And he also went on earlier about how the nuclear threat's not gone because they had a new kind of hydrogen bomb on Arsenal gear that the president didn't know about. Well, the president knew about it, but Solidus didn't know about it until he found out about it, and it doesn't need the president's activation to use it.
Damn it.
Oh.
You're still hoping that the girl can install that virus you're carrying around, aren't you?
You know?
You
I've heard
told
of Green
me.
Lantern when
It's a
there was a
shame
Jon
you're
Stewart
not going to
figure
be
at the
around
pizza
long
place.
enough to handle the program.
I still find it interesting that there are two legendary Jon
It's a
Stewarts.
byproduct of the
The comedian and the Green Lantern.
Buoyancy is practically non-existent thanks to the high oxygen
I
content.
also find it weird that we have 3 human Green Lanterns.
Take a good look at your grave.
We've got more than 3, dude.
Yeah, at least 4 at this point.
What? I know we have Guy Gardner, Jon Stewart, and Hal Jordan. Who was the 4th?
Kyle Rayner.
That's new?
Kyle Rayner's been
Okay.
around for a
What's the
while.
There's a 5th one then. A 5th one, actually. Jessica Cruz.
What?
Kyle Rayner's been around for decades at this point, dude.
Yeah, Kyle
What?
Rayner. Yeah, Kyle Rayner.
I'm-
Kyle Rayner has been around for a long ass time.
Remember, I'm not a comic guy. I grew up with the cartoon.
I only know about this because Kyle Rayner was apparently like one of the more controversial Green Lanterns.
Really?
I mean, he showed up in. Actually, Kyle Rayner actually did show up in Superman the animated series for like 1 episode.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
like
that's probably why.
he was like the 90s early 2000s Green Lantern sort of, alongside Jon Stewart. Like Kyle Rayner is basically where we get a lot of the stuff from the villain Parallax from.
Oh, you just got out now.
Yeah, the whole trick here is that you need to shoot him. You have to be very careful with when you shoot him, because otherwise he'll dodge. And I'm not very good at that. This is one of the boss fights that I usually have trouble with. Or at least
So
it
you're
goes
saying
on
he's
for a while.
But you're saying he's a big fan of Piccolo.
I mean,
At the end up learning about other lanterns like Atrocious and seeing clips of the Green Lantern, the animated series. That's what I learned about the other rings. I knew Sinestro had the yellow ring, but I didn't know why.
yeah, Sinestro
I
was
like-
originally a Green Lantern, but then he gave
Yeah.
a Yellow Lantern for.
Yeah.
There's also Red Lanterns, Blue Lanterns.
Anger. I forget the blue. You have pink. Pink or purple was emotion, like love.
Yeah, it's purple.
Probably, it's
Purple.
pink actually. Pink
Well, it is pink?
because it's more like
Fuchsia.
yeah. There's
Magenta?
an indigo. Like there's an indigo tribe.
Indigo
that is, like,
isn't a pink color. Indigo
No,
is
no,
like
no.
a bluish purple.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. There's the indigo tribe, which is more purplish. The Star Sapphire are the more pink ones.
Like this is, I know it's canon that like there of literally every color is a lantern color.
Yeah,
I just
there's
don't think
orange
they've
and-
like explored all of them yet.
Yeah.
It's like I know there's one based off hate. Well, that's the red one, anger and hatred. But I think there's one that's actually based purely on hatred.
There was also
No,
wasn't
that's-
there also like the Black Lantern event?
There,
I
yeah,
think so.
that represents death. Then there's the White Lantern, which is Kyle Rayner.
Yeah.
There's also one that was what was like it's like only one. And it's like a you said White Ranger, right? White Lantern, you said, right?
Yeah, that's Kyle
Rayner. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But there is another Lantern Corps that's really only one single member, and that's the Orange Lantern Corps.
Oh yeah, I heard about that one.
Yeah, and its single member is Larfleet. He was so greedy, like he let his greed go to his head, so much so that he killed off every other freaking Orange Lantern and kept the power battery for himself.
I know.
Like my knowledge of Kyle Rayner comes from partly from Linkara and also just like general knowledge of like controversial comic stories. Like he was at the sense like one of his more introductory stories had the infamous incident of his love interest being killed and stuffed in a fridge, which which led to like critics of that storyline claiming the term stuffed in the fridge to refer to when a female character exists only to be killed off as motivation for a male character.
You got up, he's like, oh hell no. Oh yeah, the black corner is the
the Black Lanterns are basically like a zombie lantern corps.
Yeah, those are supposed to be the biggest core, I think.
Well, they had a whole event comic series about them a while ago. They're less of a distinct, like, to my knowledge, they're less of like an organized group and more of like a corruption that starts.
Yeah. All in the service of, what's his face? Necron.
I heard cat dog, I'm sorry.
Necron.
Okay. This time,
although,
you know,
zombifying people in the name of cat dog would be pretty cool. Cat dog deserves more recognition.
I'm just gonna say this. Next time on What the Fuck is Kier Thinking?
Next time
Or
on
Kier
What the Fuck
Hearing.
is Kier Thinking? What the next is that? What the fuck is Kier hearing when he's had a few too many gummies? If I remember correctly, this is like one of the only Metal Gear games where you can actually get a grenade launcher.
Oh shit.
And I've got it equipped right now because it's a good weapon to use against Vamp.
Why is he playing like a little bitch?
I mean, Vamp's more of like,
Bitch?
Yes. He would probably agree with you on that, given that he's bisexual, but he's gay-coded as fuck. Like, if you notice that he has a lot of, like, very dance-like movements, it's because he was modeled after a real-life, I believe it was a flamenco dancer.
So you're saying I have a chance?
Yes. Although you probably wouldn't want Vamp. He's,
no, I don't.
Creepy.
I don't.
Right. What's wrong? Right.
Right this dick! I hope I wasn't too loud with that. I tried to like move back a little bit from the microphone so it wouldn't be that loud.
Yeah, and it worked.
Perfect.
Just keep in mind, I've also got volume controls for the chat.
Yeah, but still, you know, I try not to be too loud, you know.
Yeah.
Courtesy and all that.
Yes, I did just blow myself up.
Oh, I thought that was he do something that did. I'm like, oh.
No, I shot too close to myself.
Ah. Oh, Cosmic Story. I hadn't heard of that name, but
Comic Storian.
Yeah, I never knew they passed away. I heard the name before.
Yeah, he died in a passed away in a car crash.
Oh.
Not crash, but a car accident earlier this month.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, I heard
why,
the name.
That explains why Comic Strike made that video about it.
Yeah. I actually met him years ago. He was a cool guy.
Yeah.
I don't really follow comics YouTubers, so I wasn't familiar with Comic Storian.
Yeah.
Same, but I heard the name. I may have seen a video now that I'm thinking about it. I have no idea why his name was familiar to me, and it might have been that what happened.
Like, of course I'm familiar with Linkara, who isn't. But I've also gotten into Comic Drake, and while this guy isn't exclusively a comics YouTuber, it's still just sort of like talks a lot about stuff tangentially related to comics. Would be Secret Galaxy, formerly known as Toy Galaxy.
Oh yeah.
I also wanted to, while I've got actual viewers here, I wanted to apologize for bailing out on stream unannounced on Friday. I was feeling queasy and didn't want to force myself to stream when I felt like I could kick at any moment.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with me. It's just a side effect of all the medications I'm on. Is nausea. It's my weight loss medicine, actually.
Damn.
I mean, yeah, unintentionally, that's part of how I'm losing weight. I'm not trying to lose weight through throwing up constantly, but I think it's unintentionally helping through that side effect.
So my health journey, I got down to 314, gained the weight back to 315, and in this entire week, I'm back down to 306.
I'm down to like 330 something now, which is, you know, fantastic.
Nice.
For me. Because I haven't been at that weight in a while. And that was the last time I was weighed, which was... I can't really weigh myself at home because my mom, in her infinite wisdom, got me a at-home scale that only has a maximum weight measurement of 250 pounds. Because she didn't know, oh fuck, he stabbed my shadow so I can't move. He's using that Shikamaru stuff.
But you know, Shikamaru is one of my favorite characters.
Shikamaru's consistently been one of the most popular Naruto characters of the popularity polls or anything to go by. Like, you're not alone. He's very loved in the fandom.
Like,
Even in
I
the
actually had
Japanese fandom.
I had a username that went by Shikacho. That was fun days.
Meanwhile, nowadays, if you were to say Shika anything, given the current anime season, most people would follow it up with Shika Noka 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 Koshi Tan Tan.
Tan Tan Tan.
You still need to see that anime. It looks fantastic.
It looks so unhinged.
They're officially uploading episodes of it to YouTube, which more studios need to do.
Yeah.
And not just like, oh, we're uploading this decades-old anime to YouTube. It's like, no, every week they're uploading new episodes.
I saw it even being shown on, I think, one of the Amazon channels. They tell me a bunch of different places to have it.
Ah, man, just a second earlier.
This isn't happening.
I haven't really been to Naruto ever since the Fourth Shinobi War arc. Yeah, you see, that's where I got off easy. I gave up on Naruto after, like, right before the time skip.
I didn't even finish the Fourth Ninja War. I just felt tired. I think clips.
I will say, the best thing about the time skip is the redesign that they gave to Hinata.
Oh, hell yeah. And then they threw everyone's design in the trash when they did the whatchamacallit.
Boruto?
Yeah.
Well, Hinata's still got the best design.
So,
she just looks like... Hinata's got the best design in Boruto because she just looks like a mom.
Yeah.
Which, you know, she is now, but still.
Even in... Yeah, I think her design is simplistic, too.
Yeah. It's not overcomplicated, and it's not, like, too radically different from how she's looked before. Like I
Yeah.
know people point at Anko as an example of like a very pretentious Boruto design. But Hinata's like universally agreed to have the best redesigns throughout all of the franchise.
Yeah, that character's also the creator's favorite of the girls. Also,
makes sense because she's the best.
Yeah. Now imagine they wrote other characters better.
Imagine Kishimoto was able to write female characters competently beyond just Hinata.
Yeah. Like, my whole thing is, hey, remember Tintin, the girl who actually was the most ninja character, who fired weapons at, like, a bomb with scrolls? Can she do something cool? No.
Let me rephrase that. Imagine if, because I still have issues with parts of Hinata's characterization, imagine Kishimoto was able to competently write female characters without having their personality revolve around their love interest.
Yeah.
Because it's one or the other. You either get incompetently written character or competently written character, but everything they do is centered around the person they have a crush on.
Yeah. Like, if you want that in a good...
Like, legit, the only exception I can think of to that is probably Tsunade.
Yeah.
She's given, like, character quirks outside of fan servicey design and being strong. It's almost like she's a fully rounded character, pun intended.
Like, if you want a character that's actually interestingly written, that fits that kind of area, you have Sadako from the show called From Me to You, or what was the name of that? The Japanese name of it, because, you know, we're all weebs here. Kimi no Todoke, where the girl is super shy, but it's not just a love interest. It's a love interest or friends, and you see the glow up. Basically, she walks so Komi-san can run. Highly recommend it. It's a good show. It's also really sweet.
So yeah, here, the image that I posted, the first image I posted in the chat is Jessica Cruz when she appeared in the Ruby / Justice League crossover movie.
Okay, I like the design.
Yeah, she's been significantly aged down for that movie. In the world of Remnant, somehow she turned into like a young teenager, like early teenager. But
basically what Justice
finally
League did
got
before. Nice.
And now he's definitely dead. There's no way he's coming back.
But the second image is her more traditional outfit. Occasionally, she'll still have Green Lantern symbol as a tattoo over her eye.
Oh, okay. I like both outfits.
And yes, it is Metal Gear Solid 2, Miles. That's why I said I was doing Metal Gear Solid 2 in the title of the stream and in the description of the stream
they've
and on
apparently
the
completed
updated
the final
schedule.
check procedure for arsenal gear.
Find Emma on the double.
But it says foil cod
program that the president gave
hard.
When you find her,
Dose.
to the computer room on level B2 in the core of
You're trying to
Shell
find
1.
synonyms for Sons of Liberty, aren't you?
Snake, did you catch all that?
Yes.
I didn't make it on time. Arsenal's going active.
I was thinking about keeping Sons for Sun.
Hi, Billy Mays here.
Going
Of
very Kitty's been distracting you. That's totally understandable and acceptable.
Emma.
Can't your partner do it?
I would if I could, but the security for this system is no joke.
I've been making thumbnails, Tails. Do you want to see the one for Venusaur?
Sure you have your family reunion. What's up?
It'll be
A lot of years have passed
I
between
better
EE
refill my
and
water.
me.
Then you should
Okay.
see her, right?
I don't have the right to see her.
We can talk about this later. Raiden, I think you'd better get moving. Emma's in the locker room to the north, right?
I'm on it.
Wow.
it's understandable that you don't want to stare at a Pokemon game for a day or so. You should try playing good games.
Like Bubsy, too.
I mean, from my understanding, apart from Bubsy 3D, isn't Bubsy 2 considered the worst in the Bubsy series?
Yeah, because of the level design. There's every level is a recolor. Like once you play one level for each one, you play the whole game. That's why I even prefer Bubsy 1. It's a little more chaotic, but
like the only thing that I've seen people say Bubsy 2 has over Bubsy 1 is that you don't die in one hit.
Yeah. It's still by a little face.
And the jump physics are a bit better.
Sound was sus. Is she gonna piss herself too?
Yes.
Oh God! I'm joking. Fuck! I was joking.
Raiden, I'm getting you out of here.
Get me out. You're lying.
Oh.
Where are you taking me this time?
What are you talking about? I'm here to help.
You're going to notice that's a recurring thing for scientist characters that you rescue in Metal Gear.
I do. Everybody on this project has them.
Okay, good. Let's try.
Yeah, it apparently runs in the family.
Can you hear me now?
Nanocommunication?
It runs in the family and right down their legs.
Then you're not one of them.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
And you can't...
Hydrate, you bastard! Hydrate!
Okay, I'll hydrate, Lulu. Hi.
I understand you're the only
Hey,
one
Lulu.
who do it.
And who told you that?
Hey,
Why do I
Lulu!
always-
Really?
Why do I always go Waka?
Your brother's waiting for you there.
Hello!
Because of the name Lulu. Duh.
Come on, we have to get moving. This place will be flooded soon.
Hydration achieved.
If you ever play Final Fantasy X, you know you're going to have me and Lulu for that one.
Yeah.
Because I do Waka.
It helps that she's a Final Fantasy fan. Especially 14, but she likes Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Isn't Emma adorable? If you ignore the fact that she's so
better
move right now.
I can't swim.
Also, hi, Jennifer Hale.
Oh, that's
Leave
Jennifer
me.
Hale.
You can swim.
Yes.
You used to love it.
How do you know?
Your brother told me.
He's...
No. That's right. He's here to rescue you.
I don't believe you. He would never come for me.
And I'm telling you he's here, waiting for us at Shell 1.
No! He left me, my mother, when we needed him the most. When my father died, all he could think about was himself.
Emma, we can go over all that later, but first we have to get out of
Emma,
here.
no trauma dumping in general. Put it in vent.
I can't swim.
Write it down and throw it in the fire.
I can't.
But,
Come on, deep down
but
inside,
Ari,
you know you can swim.
Castle Orlok doesn't have a vent channel.
Water.
That's the point. I don't want people trauma dumping in there.
Won't let it go.
All right, then
This regular dumping.
I was injected with something. My legs. I have trouble moving them.
Listen, Emma, just hold your breath. I'll do the rest. First, we'll head to filter chamber 2. Then we'll take a break.
And all I have to do is hold my breath.
For me, 7,
How long?
Just
9.
Okay, from
well,
a
9's
game
the minimum.
design,
Sure.
from a
Of
game
course
design
I'm sure.
perspective,
That's how I got here.
this is actually pretty smart
I don't think
for
I can
them
do it.
to
I'm not
have
good at
like
holding my breath.
one,
Look,
have you
Emma, I
escorting
have an
Emma in
idea.
a section that has no guards. That's very smart.
Put your
Uh,
ear
Yeah.
on my chest and listen to my heart.
Second, to start off the escort
Count the
in a
beats.
section where you can
Don't think
practice
about anything else. When you
swimming
reach 100,
before you
open
have
your
to go through the
eyes.
long
By
hallway.
that time, we'll be on the
Yeah.
other side. Give me a signal if you think you're running out of breath.
What will you do then?
I'll swim faster.
But yeah, Lulu for me is 7, 9, and 10. I love the music though at number 8. Also, one of Carbuncle's strongest designs, next to Final Fantasy 15.
Okay, let's go.
15.
I'm closing my eyes.
15 had Carbuncle.
Deep breaths.
I can't remember much about 15 besides
Oh, same here.
disappointment.
Same here.
3.
Wait.
What is it?
Let me take off my glasses.
You know, you should wear contacts.
There's nothing wrong with my eyes. I wear them for show.
Trying to be different from the other girls?
No, it's not like that. I like glasses. And there's this guy I liked who used to wear them.
Your first boyfriend?
No. Somebody more important. Anyway, they bring me luck.
I see. Okay, let's go.
Alright, time to swim. If only we could soundtrack this with the best song from the Kingdom Hearts soundtrack, Swim This Way.
No! We will not be having any fun.
Yeah, you can tell that some of the songs in the Atlantica stage in Kingdom Hearts 2 were actually from The Little Mermaid, and you can tell that some of them weren't. And you can tell which ones are which based on whether they suck or not.
Oopsie.
Sweetest poopsie, strong as the tides.
As much as I want to hate on that song, I actually do like that song.
Oh, it goes hard given that it has Pat Carroll doing the vocals. But I can't take it seriously because like midway through you get Sora interjecting, not in song, saying, "Sorry, mommy, your poopsies are toast."
I want someone to animate that scene.
I remember
and make it as sus as possible.
with my ear against his back.
Sounds like you were close.
We were back then.
To make it worse, have someone hear that the mother come fussing and saying, "Why are you not to play that Grand Theft Auto?"
You know what the worst part about Kingdom Hearts 2 Atlantica is to me? That is the closest I've gotten to seeing The Little Mermaid. I've never seen the original.
Yeah, we used to play
or the remake.
I've seen the original and I've seen the remake.
I was the wife.
I kind of like the remake, but I prefer the original, but I did enjoy the remake.
You know what I mean?
It had a very unneeded song that actually went hard. Even though
was it the one that Aquafina sang is that Pelican character that everyone fucking hates because she's a terrible
I've got Emma
singer?
Emmerich here. We
Yeah.
managed to avoid drowning.
I actually like that song. It's a terrible song.
He said the line, "We managed to avoid drowning."
To say something about taking the oil fence at the bottom of Strut L.
Yeah, I remember that.
You should be able to go down the way of Strut L.
I was waiting for that this whole stream.
What about Emma? She's been injected.
You know what I gotta say about that?
Walk without any help.
Every time I go to the beach. Every time I go to the pool.
To release your grip on her.
And I have one more. Every time I go to the water park.
Help her back up and be careful. You won't be able to use any weapons while you're leading her. Now head for Strut L.
We're on our way.
Strut L, so strut like a loser?
Infiltrated the computer room. What's your situation?
Hey, Snake found the computer room before Vector did.
Shell 1's deserted. Looks like everybody's aboard Arsenal.
I had a look at the system.
I could tell
There's
you, I
nothing
could
can
probably
do.
guess
EE's
that
our
Snake could
only
probably find the
hope.
fourth Chaos
Put her
Emerald.
on then.
EE? What? How?
I'll use my Kodak as a relay. Here she is.
Hal?
EE, is that you?
Hal?
EE. Why are you involved with Metal Gear?
Huh?
You knew our family's dark history and still got involved? What's wrong with you?
I should have known.
Answer me. Why are you repeating the same mistake?
I wanted to hurt you. I wanted to see you suffer.
E.E.?
You abandoned me.
No, that's not what happened.
All right, that's enough.
Who are you?
I'm a friend of Otacon's, Emma.
Otacon.
Enough with the sibling rivalry.
That's not what this is.
We haven't got time for this. Raiden, get her over here right now.
Sweet.
Gotcha, Snake. I'll head over there with Emma.
Most of the enemies aboard Arsenal, but I
I
suggest
want to make a right in this dick. I don't know the character's age.
Raiden,
they're all adults.
Don't worry.
Okay,
I'll
right in
get
this
there.
dick.
Like, the only child characters we meet in Metal Gear are in Metal Gear Solid 4, Metal Gear Rising, and Peace Walker.
Okay.
Technically, some of them appear in 5, but that's after a time skip.
Emma, Snake and Hal are waiting for us in Shell 1's computer room.
I hear Show 1, obviously TMNT going, Shell, yeah.
This disk is supposed to contain a virus.
You hear it too, right?
Arsenal Gear's operating system. We need you
You
to...
hate that I brought that up now, too.
Yeah, I hate that you brought it up because it
president give it to
reminded
you?
me of something from an old Cinema Snob episode
something happen
where
to
he
the
was
president?
reviewing a Brazilian Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles quote-unquote parody.
Oh, God.
And they had, like, the worst Turtles costumes ever. Like, the shells were just flat pieces of cardboard.
Oh, God.
But, they went with, instead of saying Cowabunga,
really a
you wanna know what they said?
It's more like a worm
What?
cluster.
Conchadunga!
Program that's designed to invade GW's
Why does that sound like a bootleg Crunch Bar?
Of course. I created it.
Why does it sound like a bootleg Crunch Bar that's legally distinct enough that it's to piss off Crunch?
It's the Crunch Bar that you buy at Aldi. No, it's the Crunch Bar you buy at Lidl.
Can you tell me what you know?
And it tastes better than the actual thing.
Sure.
Yes,
It's hard to put into
because
words.
it's not made with a bunch of cheap ingredients. It's actually better.
Like and the Total Enterprise make us earn a large profit without being
President said
predatory.
that Arsenal Gear was the Patriots' key to supremacy.
That's as good a description as any.
What exactly is it?
It's a massive data processing system capable of controlling information on a global scale.
A data processing system?
That's right. The system's a social device for maintaining the
This game
Patriots'
has a
control.
lot to do with
Well, in
like
this day and age,
computer
information
systems
emerges
and
from
stuff like
every
this, because you have to
direction and is
remember this
freely
was being
distributed.
developed
A variety of
right
information
at the time
gathered
that
by
the
servers
internet was
employing the
becoming a
latest
common
in high-speed
household
communication
appliance,
networks and P2P
for lack of a
technology
better
is
term.
rapidly circulated to individuals.
So a lot of
the
sci-fi
circulation
stuff of that
process is
era focused
accelerating on
on
an
like
almost daily
the
basis.
potentials of the internet and
Patriots
how
seem
it
to
could be
afraid
used
of
for
this development.
cyber crimes.
Apparently, they believe that their role will shift from dominant to dominated. Let me give you an example. You're aware of Solid Snake's anti-Metal Gear activities, aren't you?
Yeah, I know a little about it.
Well, that's just a small sample of uncontrolled information.
Also, this part,
guarantee you the Patriots
again,
did not want
very
Solid Snake's
topical
name
for stuff that
publicized.
goes on today.
Now, look at it like this. Political scandal, corporate corruption, up until now, the Patriots have managed to keep a lid on these and other self-serving events. But with their existing data processing system, they're no longer able to effectively control the flow of information generated at the
Oh, Nicholas said hi.
With the newly created system,
Said hi, tell him I said hello, and also tell him I said penance stare.
in stages, given clearance levels and deleted as necessary. Never
He saw
to
the
be
cream,
seen
the
by
Vanilla
the
the Rabbit video from
By
Daitomodachi,
deleting
and it
such
broke his
information,
brain
the
that
Patriots can
two
shift
things.
focus
One,
history
it
as
broke
they
his
see
brain
fit.
that
Somebody
he
found it, catch
now
up.
finds
No, in memory
Southern
capacity,
Belle
not to
accent
mention the
sexy,
lifespan of the
and
average
two, it broke his
individual is
brain that
extremely
someone as
limited.
OP as Cream the
On the
Rabbit
other hand,
also has the
digital
Ghost Rider's
information
signature
lasts
ability.
virtually forever. It doesn't deteriorate.
So,
Oh, God.
The alphabet, 26 letters, right? It could have been 30 letters. What if the 4 deleted
We
letters
need
were
a,
controlled by the program?
impossible.
A new TV trope.
It's not. In fact, something similar is
Just for
already
fun,
underway.
for the internet, you know?
Do you know how many genes exist in an individual?
Nico said Cream
About
doesn't
30
need
to
any more
40,000.
powers.
Right. That's what was announced.
She's gonna
at the
get
turn
more
of the
powers,
century.
you know that,
There's
right?
actually 100,000 according
That's
to
the real
original
reason why
theory
she hasn't
advanced by the
appeared in any
scientific
significant Sonic media for the past,
Information
like,
regarding the
decade or
remaining
so.
60,000
It's
was
because she's
suppressed
too
by the
powerful.
Patriots.
No.
Is
Like,
that-
just
remember
her
that
being
first-
How would you know?
just her being
Do you know
present
what a gene
would
looks
break
like? Did you
the
count them yourself?
like stakes of
There
the
are
story.
research organizations.
Yeah, like, you know, like the "I'm not afraid of you" thing.
Yeah, when
The
she was facing off
scared
against
guy.
fucking Death Adder from Golden Axe.
Yeah, it's just like, oh fuck. And then they have the penance there.
So what we're talking about is one huge censorship system for deleting information which might be inconvenient to the Patriots.
Exactly. The actual physical core for handling the task, GW, is installed in Arsenal. It's the only system in the world with an optic neural AI that has a parallel processing capacity of 980 trillion Hammets.
I suppose that being a specialist in neural AI and complex logic played a significant role in
Also,
your
another thing that's very
Metal Gear
topical about this
project.
game, a lot of it has to do with AI.
I guess there are
Yes.
And I shared that picture earlier about Snoop Dogg.
Arsenal gear was
Yeah.
actually designed to protect the GW system, wasn't it?
That was actually funny as hell. We wish it both could happen.
Like, I love this game's story, but I also hate it because I'm like, why the fuck do you have to be more and more topical each year?
But is the AI
You were made in
actually capable of
2001.
controlling
Stop
everything?
predicting the future.
GW is only the system's core.
Metal
It's only
Gear,
for deciding what
the
data is
gamer
stored or deleted.
Simpsons.
The actual substance
Metal Gear is just the game, the
exists
video game
within our
edition of The
social
Simpsons,
structure.
with how it keeps predicting the future completely unintentionally.
Do you remember
It is all bad shit.
industry prior to the
Yep.
end of the century?
You mean the Y2K problem?
That's right. If you recall, our government supplied the world with a countermeasure program, using the internet at full capacity. The program was distributed to every governmental organization, every key facility throughout the world. In addition, the same program was included in an OS application for distribution among the public.
Oh my god, they're going to hack the world with a TI-86 calculator.
Contained a program designed by the
I mean, this is the same game where we're uploading a virus to a neural AI network using a fucking floppy disk.
Do you really know
I know. Here's the thing. I know he's never going to hear this. So even if he makes success to Metal Gear, I know it's not going to happen.
Is that why
But it'd be hilarious if they actually went with that.
in Manhattan with a nuclear blast?
Probably.
But yeah, there's the plan is not to, like, you know, launch a nuke at a place on the US, but instead to detonate a nuke over Manhattan to which would cause an EMP wave that would knock out electronic communications throughout Manhattan and therefore free it from the Patriots' control.
Thanks. I think we'd better head for the computer room.
That's what the villains are trying to
Bird in
do.
the computer room. Is he safe?
That noisy, overgrown parakeet?
Excuse me, he's a parrot.
If this plot sounds familiar to you, this game's story was very heavily influenced by the classic John Carpenter
Did you know
movie
that in an
Escape
old
from
days
New
mine, I used to
York.
take a canary into the mine shafts to
I've
detect
never
toxic
seen that.
gas?
It's one of John Carpenter's few ventures into action rather than horror. It's also where Escape from New York was a big influence on the Metal Gear saga, right down to it's who Solid Snake was based off of. That movie's protagonist, Snake Plissken.
If you want a quick laugh, right? I was looking at the ad for a moment. Then I was looking at you, and I saw the bird, and I'm like, wait a minute, what happened?
Yeah, that whole cutscene exists just to explain where the fuck the bird that was in that room came from. It belongs to Emma.
Can't say that I do. You're not only cute, but smart too.
Oh, I'm much more than cute.
You said smart.
Okay, let's go.
I'm kawaii in the sheets and hentai in the... Wait. I said that wrong. I'm kawaii in the streets and hentai in the sheets. If they were to make this game nowadays, you know, without reusing the script from the original Metal Gear Solid 2, given that this game's supposed to take place in, I think, like 2012 or something. No, 2009. It takes place in 2009. They would totally make her a weeaboo like Otacon is, except she would pepper her dialogue with random Japanese phrases.
I am kawaii desu.
Like Otacon is a weeaboo for like the mecha genre, Whereas Emma would be for, like, the kawaii stuff. You're never gonna get over that fucking scurrying, scampering animation, are you? It's so
funnier
goofy.
with her in the back.
Yet he's just scampering with a whole ass person attached to his back.
Lord have mercy.
Also, if it seems like a lot of this is me swimming around aimlessly, it's because I am. If it looks like this thing is this thing, then it's because it's the thing. It's also because, like, they put such a heavy filter on the screen for when you're swimming that I sometimes have trouble making out what direction I'm going in. It's even worse in the PS2 version, but still pretty heavy here.
Oh.
Anyway, Ray for one of the worst things that Rose ever says.
I can't stand bugs.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the bugs here.
Moving.
You have to clear them out with the coolant. See, I told you that the coolant was going to get more uses than just diffusing bombs.
There's still bugs. I'm gonna sit down so they can easily get to me. Smart.
She's not only cute, but smart too.
Yes, you want the bugs to get closer to you, so I'm gonna sit down.
Since this is like, I think the last time we see the bugs, would you like to know a really cool piece of foreshadowing involving the bugs from earlier in the game?
It's a bug man.
No. When we first met Pliskin, you know, Snake when he was using his Pliskin persona, if you looked at the ground, well, the camera focuses on the ground for this part, but you can see one of those bugs scurrying away. Those bugs are sea lice. They're like aquatic bugs. And you see that bug scurry by right when he says that he got in through a helicopter. And that's to prove, no, he's full of shit. He swam in just like you. One of the first of many clues at his incredibly flimsy disguise. Like, it's even hinted at in the opening part of the tanker section, where Raiden is supposed to cut through a grating in order to get into the plant. But he sees that the grating's already been cut. That's because Snake got there first.
He was sneaky like a snake.
Yes, he was sneaky. I still put that up there as like one of Mori Calliope's best songs. Mostly because it's not like trash. Well, it is trash, but it's trash in a lovable way. I love Calliope, but rap is not her forte. She's a talented singer. She's not a very good like rapper.
I mean,
in my opinion.
I like her. Well, you know, I do like her song. What was it? Alcatraz. And I guess I know technically that was Demon Dice, but you know, same person.
Yeah.
And that has a little bit of rap in it, but I'm like, it's
Like,
fine.
like she's talked about how her musical influences are stuff like Linkin Park and basically like pop punk and emo. And I'm like, okay, so why are you making rap?
Yeah, right.
If that's not a genre you're passionate about. And, you know, the obvious answer is it's easier to get producers for independent rap music than it is for, like, a very instrument-heavy genre. Like, like pop punk or emo. And also the fact that pop punk and emo just aren't popular nowadays, so, like, no one would listen to it.
Yeah.
That's why every YouTuber musician does rap music.
Yep. At least look on the bright side. I want to do more than just hip hop. I want to do rock also. Like
I want
genuine
to do a variety of stuff. Like I want to do metal.
Same here.
But I also want to do like some Aurelio Voltaire style like gothic cabaret.
Oh. Like, I mainly want to focus on hip hop and rock, but you know, your standard pop stuff is also going to be fun to do. And imagine getting like somewhat famous, and you also have like a VTuber thing. But like it's you're independent and stuff like that, so you end up working with like, let's say, your own, not exactly HoloLive or anything, but let's say like, you know, a VTubing company.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be kind of like really cool to have yourself do both an like English and say Japanese song, where the one that speaks English is the avatar, the one that speaks the other language is actually you.
Makes me think
like,
then there's like fucking Bao just dropping a parody of California Girls that's better than California Girls, and performing it live at Anime Expo.
The main reason I like California Girls is the meme from Friday the 13th where they do that stupid dance.
Yeah. But have you heard Bao's parody of California Girls, California Girls?
I think I did.
It's basically, what if California Girls was about inflation?
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm back in here. God damn it. Let me see. Yeah, I'm back in the wrong place. Because Bao's gone on record saying that she likes inflation.
I am looking at the very first option that I've never taken down for my toolbar. It is inflation based. Oh god. Fuck. Even I'm in a subgenre of it. Fuck. Fuck. Do the fire in the flames we carry on.
Can I put this out with the coolant?
Do the fire in the flames we carry on. No, you're doing it wrong.
I have to imagine that spraying an aerosol coolant on something like that would not be very good for putting out flames.
Nope.
It wouldn't.
Assuming that is an aerosol. It looks like an aerosol.
Yeah.
It probably is.
So it's not really a mist. The mist would be more outspersed.
Damn it.
What's wrong?
This door is security level 5. I don't have card 5. Damn.
Giving up
Whose fault was
already?
that?
Ta-da!
What the?
Are you impressed?
They just revoked it, so you're stuck.
Well, the truth is, I just remembered it myself.
Isn't that convenient?
So let's save here, just so we can hear Rose be unlikable as usual. And also so I don't have to do all that again if something happens, like the stream crashes or something.
Jack, do you need to save?
That was the weirdest way to say it. It felt forced.
Jack,
What is it?
I've always been alone.
Huh?
I'm so lonely.
Lonely? Rose, we've always...
Oh, thank God, I've gotten past the part where,
What do you mean?
like, if you
You
call her
never
right
sat
after you
beside
get out of,
What are you talking about?
if you get
After
right
we've
out
been
of the,
together in my room, you stay awake all night. or
swimming
you head for
section,
the
if you
door.
call her,
Is this
then
really
she'll,
the
like,
time to
bitch
bring this
about
up?
how she's
Why,
jealous
Jack?
of Emma.
Listen,
And, like,
Rose,
thinks
I'm
that
right in the middle
Raiden's
of a
going to
mission,
cheat
and
on her
I-
with Emma.
Why? Why can't you relax when you're with me?
Look, the mission,
Why don't you open up to me?
Rose, I just can't.
Rose, you're on a mission right now. Save this for later.
Evening with you. I just wanted to find you by my side.
We got a Rose here fucking this guy up. We got Rose on the Titanic fucking that guy up.
You know,
nothing to do with you.
Ollie fucked the boat up too.
That's actually intentional, because Raiden and Raiden's real name is Jack.
Jack, you wouldn't.
And Jack and Rosemary got their names from
need
Jack and
privacy.
Rose from
I just can't be bothered.
Titanic.
Wrong word.
Fuck!
What I wanted to say was that there are certain things that I have to keep to myself.
Do you
Why are you fucking? Why are you fucking with me?
We'd known each other for almost a year, and you blew up. It was the first time
He
you
blew
ever
up. He
raised your
dead?
hand against me. I was so worried.
I have to. This is so corny. This is the only way I can get this through.
Yeah, everyone, even the most diehard Kojima fans, don't like Rose.
Stop it.
And
Your
like
heart.
all the melodrama that she
Only a
inserts in
bed and a
the middle
small
of
desk.
save screens.
Hold on. Hold on. She said heart. So are we going to Kingdom Door?
No television set.
Kingdom
No
Wood?
family pictures. Not even a poster.
Rose, I only use that room for sleeping.
A lifeless room. Almost like your empty heart.
He is heartless.
She's
I thought I was
heartbroken by the
beginning to
fact that he
understand
doesn't
you
decorate his fucking
until I saw
bedroom.
that room.
Would you have been happier if I had a picture of you hanging on the wall?
That's not what I was trying to say.
Enough, Rose. We'll talk about this later.
It's so hammy.
Right. After the mission.
It hurts.
I understand.
It hurts.
Yeah.
Does Emma has anything to say about that? Because that would be hilarious.
Emma's better than Rose, in my opinion.
So hear me out. I would love if you would contact Emma, even though she's right there. I'd be like, yes, there was a broken connection, and I heard everything. What the hell was that? Wait, you want that?
I got a trophy called "Don't Tease Me, Bro."
What the fuck was that?
I'm sorry. I gotta see what this trophy's for.
What the fuck? I have no fucking words.
Let's see. Is there any way? I hate how the PS5 organizes its trophies. Just let me see the most recent one I've earned. See, Hurt Locker. Put an enemy in a locker. To catch a predator. Lure a guard with a girly magazine. See, Snake Beater. Get caught by Otacon stimulating yourself. Already got that one in the first stream. Sexting. Send Otacon a picture of the Marine with no pants.
But don't tase me, bro.
Don't tase me, bro. Tranquilize 100 enemies.
Oh, I thought because she got shot in the back. That's what happened.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Rent money. Beat 30 enemies unconscious. These are the best trophy names. Moving day. Collect all boxes.
Like I did a motherfucker right there.
Yeah, there's two motherfuckers right there. I've just gotta wait for them to come into view. Oh. I still need to show you the Demented cartoon movie. That's where I got that, thing from. Oh, he just left.
I'm under enemy fire. Secure the
I'm under enemy fire.
He just left.
What's going on? Respond. An investigation immediately.
It was nothing.
I go sneaky.
What the fuck?
I've never seen the guard AI work like that before. That was brilliant. In the dumbest way possible.
I have a question for you.
What is it?
How do you feel about heights?
I can't say I like heights. The water's higher on my phobia list. Why?
Well, we have to go down a ladder.
How far down?
Just a little bit.
Why
You
do
ready
I
to
feel
see
like
how
we've had
big this ladder
conversation
is?
Before? How little is little?
Snake eater.
About 130 feet.
Huh.
A 130-foot ladder.
Would you
Okay,
take no for an answer?
this game,
How are
it's
your
just a
legs?
cutscene.
Better,
Snake Eater,
but not
you
Mrs.
actually have to
Swan.
climb that
I
ladder.
can climb down on my own.
Oh!
Who
We should
puts
have
a
had
130-foot ladder?
Apparently, whoever built this facility did.
The Patriots.
yes. This should have had a full cutscene from the top to the bottom. Don't
Yes.
you agree?
Yes.
The sunset. It's beautiful.
If we don't hurry, it'll be the last we see. Enemy soldiers, gun ciphers. I don't think we're gonna be able to slip past all that.
Am I gonna finish this game in one
Looks
night?
like it can barely
Probably
support one
not.
person. How much do you weigh, Emma?
But I'm
Maybe
getting
ask
further
me
than
how
I
old
thought
I
I
am
would.
next.
If you go alone, I think you can make it across. This is
Like,
Raiden.
the
Do you
reason I
read
don't
me?
think we're gonna finish it in one
What's
night
up?
is just because of the
We've made
amount
it
of
to the lower
cutscenes.
part of Strut L. We'll have to cross the water from here.
Can Emma walk?
Yeah, she's okay. The pontoon bridge doesn't look too sturdy. Emma's gonna have to cross it alone.
Right. The oil fence.
There are ciphers and several guards.
Raiden, you're carrying a PSG-1, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's time to play sniper.
Not bad. This spot gives me a good view of the targets.
You're going to have to cover Emma until she crosses to strut E.
This section of the game gives us our only cameo of our favorite genome soldier from the first game, Johnny. You know, the one that had diarrhea.
For VR
training
with the PSG-1.
VR.
I remember.
Guess it's
He's not just like a joke character in Metal Gear Solid 1, he's a recurring character.
Security
Yeah.
minimum. That doesn't.
I'm also looking back on the string Strut E. Oh my.
Probably got claymores in place to make up for the security shortage. Make sure you use your thermal goggles.
Right.
Okay.
No, keep
I'm
your
heading for
eyes
strut
forward.
E.
Emma, are you reading me?
Loud and clear.
I'm gonna clear a path for you from here.
How?
Sniper fire.
You're kidding.
Trust me.
What
No.
if I fall into the sea? I can't swim.
You were doing pretty good a few minutes ago.
Okay.
Think you can do it?
Would you take no for an answer?
No. All right, get going. You'll be fine.
I would have played the Corey Feldman for the Jack and Rose moment at the end, but another time. Save it for the end when we know we're going to get to the end. Because you don't want to waste your Corey By the way, Corey Feldman has a new song out.
Oh, no.
I haven't heard it yet, but I'm saving it for us to endure on stream sometime.
Oh.
It's called The Joke.
No.
And it's a 80s styled rock song about how we don't get his music and the joke is on us.
Yeah, no, nobody gets his music. The joke's on him. That's not us. That's him. This is a failed artist.
Let's see. Oh yeah, the directional microphone's under weapons, I believe. Keep the thermal goggles on. And there it is.
What are you doing here? How did all this happen? Too shaky. What if I fall?
Oh my gosh, there's a big demon in the sky.
Up, time to take more pentazamine. So now that I have Oh, fucked up.
Jump in the dick. What the fuck?
Yeah, you can do that, and it's a one-hit kill.
You never shoot man in dick.
Save the pentazamine for later.
I thought the bird was an enemy for a minute.
How did all this happen? Too shaky. What if I fall?
There's stuff in this section with the directional microphone where you can hear little Easter eggs. Like, one of them that I'm probably gonna miss with Emma is you can hear her wondering to herself whether Raiden's hair is naturally blonde or if he just bleaches it. Fucking die already!
No. You almost got the bird.
Yeah, I almost shot the bird instead of him.
I mean, that would have been fine in my book.
IRL,
Yeah, but these are seagulls, not pigeons.
Seagulls, pigeons, same damn difference. Rats with wings.
I mean, when you think about it, on a genetic level, bats are closer to rats with wings than pigeons are.
This is Snake. Can you hear me?
Yeah, pigeons
nice and
are
I've
more
reached
like
my
rats
sniping
in the
position on
sense
Strut
that
E.
they're
I'll
filthy
provide support
like
fire from
rats.
here. Right.
They breed like rats too.
Take out whatever I miss.
Just call.
I hate the word breed because fuck the internet. But don't fuck it.
Sucks.
Also, I'm still very proud of Widget for when she chased down and caught that little fucker rat and killed the motherfucker.
Nice.
She means her
Reminds
baby
me of
head.
when Olive caught her first mole.
Like
the way that the
everyone in
gun,
the Star-
the way that the blood poured out right there through the thermal goggles made it look like he was just vomiting to death.
It like he shot him right in the eye. I like how she's probably just like hunched over and they're just shooting her. Like, bro. She's hunched over and not.
I'm so tired. What am I doing here?
Oh, Cypher's about to come into view.
Oh.
Cypher, no
What?
siphoning. Reminds me when Chris in Total Drama Island accidentally shot Bird in the sky. He's like, that's going to have a lot of angry emails.
Was it like the first or second episode that happened?
I don't know. I didn't watch much of Total Drama.
I think it happened a few times, in fact.
Honestly,
Like, I
Ari,
saw
you're
the
not
finale.
missing
I saw a
out.
couple random episodes throughout the first season, including the finale of the first season, and that's about it.
Someone did a video talking about how they did some of the characters dirty. It was a pretty good video.
Nigel Rad did a good video where he briefly talked about Total Drama as part of like a larger video on Canadian TV.
Yeah, what I'm talking about is the character. He was talking about who got shafted a lot.
But one of the things he mentioned that was unique about Total Drama for its time, and also just in general, the first season at least, was they had slightly different events play out in different regions. Like in season 1, what's his name? The fat guy, Owen?
Yeah.
In season 1, in most of North America and Europe, like in North America, Owen was the season 1 winner.
Yeah.
Whereas if you watched the Australian or European broadcast, it was Gwen that won.
Oh. I think, didn't they end up showing both endings here at one point?
Probably at some point.
Yeah, I remember something about Gwen and something about Owen.
Like, they were down to being the two finalists.
Yeah, maybe my
in all
memory
versions.
just...
But which one actually won the grand prize was different depending on where you lived. So they could make sure that, you know, due to time zones and stuff like that, the ending couldn't be spoiled.
Yeah.
Basically, they did the Clue thing of multiple endings depending on where you saw it.
Yeah.
How did all this happen?
This isn't
Oh, she hit a claymore.
Oh. Why would you walk into a claymore?
It's camouflaged with optic camouflage. You can't see it.
Oh.
That's why I'm supposed to use the thermal goggles. Seems like we want change lives rent-free in Otacon. Farmy wants to do an edit of that song, where it's just like, where it's like the wee part played with like someone going down a slide.
When I have it set to something where the more you spin it, the more it goes like wee.
Because that's what the spin redeem is for.
It's the more for the Wii. I'm talking about IRL. This is do it to do it.
Because we can't have everything that we want as a speed. Yeah, there we go. Speaking of speed. We can't always get what we want, as the Rolling Stones once famously said in probably their worst song.
Why can't I drive 55?
Because there is a reason for why in the narrative of that song. It's because 55 is too slow for him. He wants to go fast. And going the speed limit. Going the speed limit in California is too slow for him.
Why can't I go 75?
Like, as the lyrics imply, he was arrested for going 125 miles per hour.
Fun fact, for those that don't know, if you're caught going over 100 miles an hour, you're automatically getting your license taken away. You're in federal crimes.
Yeah, that's why he says, take my license and all that jive. I can't drive 55.
Yeah, the thing is, you said 125. I'll just bring it down to the legals people know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's not even just going over 100. It's like anything over a specific amount over the registered speed limit for the area is automatic losing your license. But over 100 in general is definitely going to lose you your license.
Yeah. No, there's specifically a felony, I think, in California, like specifically 400 plus.
Yeah.
And then there is one. There are, of course, your ones that are talking about percentages, like numbers over.
Yeah, like
in
5. Also in California, I know one in California is something like if you're going over 20 miles over the speed limit, then it's a felony.
Yeah, I think that's part where it's enforced. I don't know. And in Californians are wondering why we're going like 90 in the Parkway and Turnpike. Even though the speed limit is like 60.
All I'm saying is keep Sammy Hagar out of the Autobahn.
Oh, God.
Because even going on a road that literally has no speed limit, and that is the whole point of that road, would be too slow for him.
You probably ended up going 165. It tells me there's an achievement if you shoot all the birds down in the area.
You do get a special dialogue if you start shooting birds. Where Rose calls you a monster and refuses to save your game.
Imagine that's how all speed runs start. the non-segment ones, they have to have that cutscene happen. And-
You have to piss off Rose so she'll shut the fuck up.
yeah, like I feel like a no save 80%. Using no segments, segmented gameplay or anything like that. Tell me that would not be a fun a fun way to start. You get to pick where you do the birds. I mean, you can fuck up everything.
You get to pick where you do the birds? I didn't know we were talking about Monster Musume here. I apologize for that horrible joke. I've been doing some role plays with a friend of mine who's really into Monster Musume and who particularly has a thing for Poppy the Harpy.
This wouldn't be.
You wouldn't know them. I keep this account and that account separate.
Oh, okay.
God save us? Question mark. Besides, it's funny, okay? I have arachnophobia. I want arachnid.
You want Rhaenyra? Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
blame you.
And I have arachnophobia. That's how you know you down bad.
You want to know one of my favorite, I've been watching the anime, and I've been reading a scanlation, fan translation of the manga, because I don't have manga buying money,
yeah,
or a bookstore near me that sells manga,
right.
But the difference between how the official translation handles Centaurea's dialogue versus hey, there's Snake, versus how the fan translation does is hilarious. Which is basically the official translation, which is more accurate to how it should be done. Translates her dialogue is like she's speaking modern English, but she's speaking very proper modern English. Coming off as sort of like aristocrat-y, because she's supposed to give off the image of a knight. Whereas the scanlation I've been reading of the manga, by the way, I hope you didn't like Emma too much. The scanlation I've been reading has her speaking in ye olde English. Surely Vamp will be dead this time, right?
What the fuck were these angles?
Snake's like, fuck. Otacon's gonna be pissed.
Like, oh no, I'll let my homie down.
Quick, give her CPR.
In the mouth or the stomach? Or the back? That was fucked up but funny.
Right.
Bastard. How bad is it?
She's conscious, but the bleeding's bad. I'm bringing her over there right now. Raiden, get that disc over here as soon as possible. I'm afraid her time's running out. I'll be there.
Or I'll be square. What the fuck is with me? Answer a lot of things.
Anyway, we missed out on the Easter egg because I think it was actually an earlier section. I can't remember. Because, again, I don't go back to this game as much as the others.
Snake.
But there's an Easter egg where if you use the directional microphone in one of these parts, you can hear Johnny from Metal Gear Solid 1, you know, our favorite genome soldier. He's stationed here, too, and he's bitching about how he barely got out of Shadow Moses alive, and now he's stationed here, and he still has diarrhea.
I'm pretty sure EMTs would love a counter of a time left like that when there's an emergency.
Yeah, you have this long until the person in danger dies. Get there quick.
Dude, IRL Crazy Taxi.
Also, this one soldier, easy to miss thing with him. He's wearing headphones and listening to music.
Oh.
So he's actually not very likely to notice you unless you go up to him. Or like get right in his line of sight.
Oh. Oh yeah, the one where Raiden found the hostage, just like the one in the tanker. I can't. Whenever I see Raiden, I just think.
Oh yeah, it is the one from when you find the hostage. So I did miss out on that. Oh well. I can always just restart the game from the very beginning and do all this all over again, just so I can show you that one Easter egg.
But you wouldn't, would you?
No.
Yeah,
God,
they
no.
would. Was Ari pissed off at the drone?
Yes.
Answer? Fuck yeah.
You seem agitated, my friend.
Yes, I am.
Right.
Rolls back, chills.
Okay, I got the digital camera. That's what that trophy is for. New milestone. Oh, I got some PlayStation Star stuff. Okay. By the way, it took them over a month to get PlayStation Stars back online. And they still haven't said why it was down for over a month.
You know why it was down.
I mean, it's
Ooh, good
Sony,
shot.
so of course it was they were hacked again.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to admit to that.
Yeah, the only reason they admitted to it with the PlayStation Network outage was because that was a core feature of the PlayStation 3 service. So if that goes down for a month, you know, people are paying for that. Whereas PlayStation Stars is a free rewards program. So there's less incentive to be upfront about what the fuck's going on with something that doesn't automatically generate them revenue.
Yeah.
And in true Sony fashion, the US, their biggest market, was the last place to get PS Stars back.
Mm-hmm.
Go figure.
Ooh. That would make me jump, actually.
Hey, at least people like me still got points from the purchases. Yeah, I was on the subreddit for PlayStation Stars, and you could make a drinking game of how many times people every fucking day would post new threads asking whether we're going to be still getting our points during the outage or not. Even though there was already official statements on it. It got to the point where, between that and the people asking when it's going to be back up, the answer used to be, it's going to take longer now that you've asked that. Just out of spite.
Me pulling out a spoon menacingly.
I think he got some internal organs. We can't stop the bleeding.
I'm here.
Got the disc. Emma set everything up. Apparently, all
I
you
just
have to
sent
do
you
is
a
pop in
couple,
the disc.
a few layers, Ari, so you can look at those later.
When you say a few layers, I have to wonder
That
whether you're
should
talking
insert the virus
about like
into the
Photoshop
AI.
layers, layer from Mega Man X, or
Just leave it
onions,
to Emma.
Or cakes.
or ogres.
What the?
An antibody agent?
Or planet.
Damn.
See,
I
would be
the virus
more.
upload complete?
I would
don't
be
think so. The count stopped at
more
90%.
upfront with what that is, but it's not
I don't
going
think
to be.
Emma's made any
So
mistakes.
That would spoil the
Portion of
surprise.
the worm cluster might have been altered after the disc left Emma's hands.
By the Patriots?
Will the
The
virus?
surprise is sour cream.
I have no idea.
Is that what we're calling it now?
Hal, is everything alright?
It's all right.
hey, at least it wasn't me this time.
All right.
Good.
That's what's stupid. It came out funny. It didn't need to be.
Another page to our family's dark history.
Yeah, that's right.
No one must know that we are a little pony
What if the
fan.
virus doesn't work?
Oh,
Either
no.
destroy that thing or take out Solidus and his
Well, their
men.
dark history has
How
to
do we
do
get
with,
on
like,
board?
the whole family's been involved with
don't think
nuclear
we
weapons
can.
for generations.
Yeah.
Unless somebody inside gives us a hand.
Right down to Otacon's grandfather working on the Manhattan Project.
I always.
What is it?
And his father was born the day that the Hiroshima bombing happened.
Wanted to see you again.
And as we'll find out in the Big Boss timeline, his father was very much into nuclear weapons.
Never
Ay.
wanted to get in your way. I never wanted to hurt you. I thought that with Arsenal, if I followed in your
This is actually a really good
footsteps,
line delivery.
I could be
Yes,
closer.
Jennifer Hale is a fantastic voice actress.
Just wanted you to look at
It's also just, you know, a note of how much everyone in the cast had improved between Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2.
I could never.
This
Yeah.
was just like
Don't
3
be so
years
honest.
between releases, and they've improved
Yeah.
this much.
Hurts.
Sorry.
Can I ask you one last favor?
Sure.
Like, this is a chilling performance.
Call me Emma.
What?
Please call me Emma.
What's wrong with EE?
She is dying.
Call her
Emma?
Correction, she's dead.
Emma? Emma? Emma?
So it plays Air's theme.
Answer me.
You're going to notice another recurring theme with Otacon is that everyone he loves dies.
Is he the Grim
The first-
Reaper?
In the first game, it was Sniper Wolf. In this game, it's Emma.
Oh God, you're right. Oh God. True.
And you know how Otacon was like hesitant to answer what he was doing while Emma was drowning that time as a kid?
Mm-hmm.
We're about to find out.
Porn?
I didn't
No,
leave
worse.
you because of the accident. I had a relationship with your mother.
Oh shit.
She seduced me,
Sure. She
and
did.
it went on. My father's death was no accident. He took his own life. It was my fault, all my fault. Forgive me, Emma.
So yeah, the reason he didn't come to save Emma from drowning when their dad tried to drown himself and tried to take her with him was because he was too busy plowing his stepmom.
Ay, ay, ay.
So I wasn't too far off the bat when he's getting his rocks off. I wasn't too far off the bat.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to answer that.
I gotta take my glasses off because that chilling performance isn't getting that shit.
Yeah.
What? You're a fuck? What? You're a fucked up.
I don't have any more weed.
Attention.
Oh.
Arsenal gear is ready for launch. Evacuate the upper levels immediately.
Sounds like they're cutting this area loose. What do you mean?
It means we're gonna sink.
We have to get the hostages out.
What about the camera repairs?
Done.
We won't be able to get everybody aboard.
We'll just have to take as many as we can.
My sister won't be able to come with us.
Hey Sheba, glad to see you could show in. You could show up at least for part of tonight. Also, good night, Shadow Dragon. Also, Sheba, while I got you here, I wanted to ask if you're okay with me sending like one of the previews you sent me to Cloud, or if you wanted me to hold off until the piece that you're working on is finished. Just wanted to run that by you first. Yes, feel free. Okay, I will.
Sheba, I've been working on some
What about you?
thumbnails.
We got other arrangements. There's our ride out of here.
Should I send you one of the more recent ones?
Also, Sheba, what'd you think of Murasaki's Halloween outfit that I sent you from a few years ago? She doesn't have a new one like Riona apparently does.
You mean?
Or at least not yet. Probably not until it's closer to actually Halloween.
Only you can save.
But she has had that one witch outfit for like 5 years now.
Listen, the two of
Sheba thought concerns.
Murasaki Witch is
eliminate the enemy. That's your
delicious. Oh, I agree. Especially because there's an alt version of that card where the spell goes wrong and rips up her clothing.
Oh.
And then there's another, not necessarily a Halloween outfit, but another alternate costume from that same set that's her as, like, an Egyptian pharaoh.
EE? Damn!
Otacon. Try to get as many hostages out as you can. It's a short flight to the shore, so don't worry about overloading the Kamov.
Leave it to me.
Also, as far as more, I love that they have their own secret handshake. That is so cute.
Those are bros.
Hug me, brother.
I repeat, personnel in the upper levels. Head for the evacuation area immediately.
This is pure male masculinity.
This is what peak masculinity looks like. Interior Realm 8, let's see if you're a bot or not, so I know whether to thank you. Yep, they're a bot. Thank you, Seribot, for banning the bot.
Oh, the guys before we could.
Yep, that's one of the reasons I have Seribot. It filters those things out and auto bans them.
I miss you. I miss you.
Oof. That is so fucking dramatic with the bird and all that.
Yep. But, Shiba, like I was saying, Murasaki's got a lot of great alternate outfits. Well, the whole Senran cast does. Does the Senran Girls artist, like, post? I think they have an official Pixiv account.
Both you and I.
A lot of Japanese, like, anime, manga, and game artists do. There's, like, 2 main artists for, Senran Kagura. I'll send you the name of the main artist who does, like, a lot of the official art. Like, I know they have a Twitter account, and I think they have a Pixiv account. And the reason I bring this up is because I also know that the creator of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid has a Pixiv account, and he's drawn fan art of Murasaki, but something I can't really discuss on stream.
For a happy family, you have to make it happen. I only wish I knew that sooner. I learned that I could love.
I'm about to, Shiba, I'm about to DM you the name of the artist.
Emma.
For Senran Kagura.
You think he's gonna be okay?
He's tougher than he looks. Consider it
There you go,
done.
just sent it to you. So you can
Now, how do
look
we
up his
open this
artwork and appreciate it.
You can come out now.
A ninja? What the?
Yeah, you forgot about the ninja, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Still need you to take care of a few things. This time, do not fail us.
Snake, what's this all about?
Bedtime, Raiden. I wouldn't do that.
Also, you'll be pleased to hear that the creator of not of Senran Kagura, of Dragon Maid also does a lot of hentai.
You?
Ready for some
Yep, it was Olga all along. As if you couldn't tell from her Russian accent and distinctly feminine voice put through a very slight pitch modulation. I also know that as far as like artists of sussy series go, the creator of Monster Musume is very active on Twitter and even posts entire comics to Twitter that are set in the Monster Musume greater universe. Like, he had a whole Twitter comic series about the escapades of a succubus girl who has hookups with people she meets online. And needless to say, his succubus designs are lovely.
Jack, are you reading me? Do you want to save your
God
mission
damn it,
at
Rose!
this point?
Are we going to end it here so Rose can be the last thing we hear, or are we going to go a bit further?
That's entirely up to you.
Your mission data has been saved.
We'll go at least a little bit further.
Is he still alive? He was when Olga brought him in. I've checked everything, including the genome data, but there's nothing on this guy. NSA, CIA, FBI. He doesn't exist in any database. He's a non-existent operative from a non-existent organization.
I suspected as much. However, I know this man.
Huh?
Wake him up.
So yeah, it wouldn't be a Metal Gear game without an obligatory torture sequence.
Stop talking, Daddy.
Ripper.
The main Senron artist's work is chef's kiss. I agree.
You know this fellow? You remember me, don't you? You've grown.
Stop up,
Concentration of cerebral implants. Have they altered your memory too?
Thankfully, this torture sequence is nowhere near as painful as the one in Metal Gear Solid 1. You're not going to see me, like, failing it over and over and over again.
This is my son.
Also, Shiba, you tuned in at just the right
taught him
time.
everything.
Because this is the part where Raiden has to run around naked.
Jack. I never
Soldier, you have a uniform. Put on some pants.
You don't remember?
No.
Your name, your skills.
Pants are for
Everything
squares.
You learn from me. The 80s. A civil war.
The convenient censoring, yep. Apparently, Hideo Kojima originally wanted you to be able to see Raiden's junk here, but none of the censor boards across the world would allow him to get away with that.
But it's essential to the plot. Don't you agree, Shiba? Ari, don't you guys agree with me?
And Jack the Ripper. Jack, I was your godfather. I named you.
I was joking when I said daddy.
Relief center. I wondered what happened to you. I should have known.
So yeah, Raiden's backstory is that he was a child soldier in the Liberian Civil War.
It's an interesting
and a younger Solidus, before he became U.S. president, was his commanding officer.
What should we do with him? We'll use him like you suggested. What about
You'll be saddened to hear that Raiden's, in my opinion, superior design from Metal Gear Solid 4 and Metal Gear Rising does not have any junk, because the only organic parts of him that still exist at that point are his upper skull from, like, the upper jaw up and his spinal cord. The rest is just a robot
In another
body.
hour, we demonstrate the power of Arsenal gear. Attack with standard weapons, of course. Yes, proceed as planned. At last report.
Yes, a lot of stories. I mean, hey, remember what happened with Sarah? What's her name's bottom?
Yeah, it was an entire part of the game in the first one where you had to stare at Meryl's ass to track her. So who knows what they could come up with for looking at Raiden's man bits.
Image of Big Boss.
It could have been a map on there, the birthmark.
Angelic Shiba in response to Raiden being mostly robots saying clank, clank, clank. My God.
Is that so? Perhaps I should be grateful to this kid.
I just imagine a Thomas the Tank Engine style thing.
Like, basically, you'll see in a lot of the behind-the-scenes trivia for Metal Gear games that every time a character is naked, Kojima always wanted you to be able to see their naughty bits, but he was always told, no, you can't do that.
Kojima, mega successor to the series, is really just a continuation with the animals changed.
I'll take this back. You don't need this anymore, do you?
Where'd you find it? In your inventory.
A
My
foul
what?
wind
Your
is
butt.
blowing. We shall speak again.
Yeah, I love Kojima too. He puts in equal amounts of fan service.
Don't move. Stay as you are. We're being monitored by a camera.
What are you up to?
I am your
switching
long
off
lost
to
sister.
Communication.
Mr. X? Ninja?
Correct. It's me.
I thought you were the leader of the Russian troops.
No, that was just a smokescreen.
A smokescreen?
I was sent to provide you support.
Support? Who sent you? The Colonel?
No, the Patriots.
What?
I deceived my troops, betrayed them.
But why?
My child is being held hostage by the Patriots.
That's a thing
It all
from the beginning of the
started 2
game
years
that's
ago when
easy
I
to
lost my
forget if you don't
father
play this
during
all
the
in
tanker
quick sessions
incident.
together.
My men
She
and
was
I had
pregnant in
nowhere
the
to
opening
go.
chapter,
So we
which
joined
takes place
forces
2
with
years
an
before
illegal
this.
Russian organization.
The Russian mafia?
She was pregnant when we shot her full of tranquilizer darts.
Actually, I learned
So that can be good for the baby.
We get to meet the baby in Metal Gear Solid 4, and
at the time.
My opinion is the tranquilizer darts while she was in the womb probably had some effect on her.
The Patriots. In the morning, my child was
But,
gone.
like, she's also really
my
smart.
baby is being kept somewhere in this country.
Have you ever met your child?
No. Once a month, they send me a photo of my child via network. I've never even held the child in my own arms.
I see. Given your situation...
Here's a sad thing about the Metal Gear Saga. We were supposed to get a game about Raiden rescuing Olga's child from the Patriots and becoming a cyborg in the process. But that was canceled and turned into the god tier game that is Metal Gear Rising.
Imagine, okay, here's the thing. There is the perfect timeline where we got both games. You know that, right?
Yes.
You fought with Snake?
You can still see plenty of prototype footage and trailers for the original incarnation, Metal Gear Solid Rising, where it was actually a stealth game instead of a Platinum game styled hack and slash.
So you joined hands.
I'm still mad we didn't get both.
Debt.
No, mutual game.
Like, the reason it was canceled is because they figured out very quickly that it was too unbalanced to be a fun stealth game. Because the whole idea was that you would fight primarily using Raiden's katana that can cut through anything. And what's the point of being stealthy if you can just slice through people in one hit?
I'll take Solidus out?
No.
They could have done the route that Dishonored did.
Like, they wanted to do, like, environmental destruction as well, but that was also beyond the capabilities of what the PS3 and Xbox 360 could handle at the time.
What do you mean?
Listen.
But hear me out. If they wanted to do something like that, I would definitely talk to the guy that did Dishonored. It would work very nicely with that group.
It was in development at around the time that Dishonored was in development as well.
I'm talking about if they were to do it again. I think they could definitely make it go smoother. And I think we can get better and more interesting level design with both those companies working together.
Yeah.
The people that worked on this game, you know what I mean.
Yeah. Some of Kojima's team is still at Konami, for the record.
Yeah.
They just changed the name of his studio from Kojima Productions to something like Internal Development Studio 8 or something like that.
Yeah.
The only option is to stop Solidus and his men.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, let Kojima's get Kojima's team with his his previous guys he worked with that he wants to work with. Get the guy from Dishonored.
Well,
the
thing is, he's made it very clear he doesn't want to work on Metal Gear anymore.
I didn't know that.
Like, sharing is caring. Yeah, ever since Metal Gear Solid 1's development ended, Kojima has been trying to step away from the Metal Gear series, but he kept on getting brought back in because,
another one got.
Yeah, another one got banned instantly. Like, he kept on getting brought back in to direct more and more Metal Gear Solid games because no one else at Konami felt like they could fill his
Solidus
shoes.
said?
Yes.
It's unbelievable. Drafting small children, sending them to war? It's not allowed under international conventions.
ICC
rules give me suggestions.
Someone told me that there were
Hey, Rose, maybe you shouldn't have been so quick to judge Raiden, huh?
So you remember.
Maybe you shouldn't have been such a pain in the ass throughout this whole story.
How did I get this disease?
You may ask yourself.
What are my treatment options?
And you may ask yourself.
How will this affect my loved ones?
And you may say to yourself.
You may be entitled to financial
They don't want to try you.
There was never a real reason for me to fight, except that someone put a gun in my hand. And that someone was him.
It wasn't your fault.
If I survived the day's fight, I was praised, fed, and had a bed to sleep in. I think I was only 6 when I held my first AK. But I'm not even sure of that.
Jack.
I'm not like Snake. I never questioned why we fought. There was no purpose, no way out. They give you a gun, you ask how many to kill. If you didn't, you were the one they shot instead.
It's okay. No one is blaming you.
No. You deserve this trauma dump, Rose. You've been wanting to know more about him this whole time. This is what you get.
They They built us from the ground up into killing machines. We were fed once a day. I can still.
She looks so disinterested. She's dissociating. Fuck.
In the food?
The gunpowder had toluene in it, giving it hallucinogenic properties. It kept us drugged, controllable.
Oh my god!
This is trying to laugh in this one. What the fuck?
The war ended. Those of us who survived were taken in by NGOs. They gave me a new life in the States. I can't complain. But nothing's changed. The only people who have no problem with my past have secrets and agendas of their own. Terrible nightmares. Every night. I can never forget.
Seriously, Quentin Flynn's delivery here is great. You can
I'm
tell.
afraid of the night. That's why I don't sleep next to
Like,
you.
the way he makes it sound like Raiden's on the verge of tears through all this.
Told you what?
Yeah.
That I'm a killer? And always have been?
No! No!
What I hate more than anything else in the world is my own past. I didn't want you or anyone to know about it. Now I know why I was chosen for this mission. No one can
This is
take
novela
him on.
acting level.
Take him down, except me. I've been kept alive this long for this. I knew as soon as I saw Solidus.
Jack, I love you the way you are now. You have to believe me.
I don't believe you.
I didn't know anything about you, I admit
You
that.
think the sky is
Where you
green?
were born, how you grew up. But I know that now. And I know that what I feel for you can only get better. And I'll share in your past if that's the price.
It doesn't work that way. No one can share the burden of what I've done. It's not one of those warm and fuzzy things couples share.
I accept the good and the bad, Jack. That's what you do for someone you love.
I
don't
thought you
want to
pissed on
share
the
my
moon.
past with anyone. I just want to forget about it.
Jack, I haven't told you, about what I've done.
The last 2 years with you, it's been more than I've ever hoped for.
Jack.
But I can't go any farther. I know you want to get married. But I can't. I can't risk starting a family. There's no way to erase my childhood.
It's all right, Jack. Please, don't say any more.
No, please, say more.
That was definitely novela level acting.
Anyway. I'm sorry I laughed at how he just brushed over. I haven't told you about what I've done. There is more to that. They just don't get into it here. And discussing it right here would be spoilers. But before you wonder, no, she didn't cheat on him or something like that.
I wish I could run around a block with my pants.
Yeah, in this section, you were supposed to be able to see Raiden's meat and veg.
You must continue your mission.
I've lost all my gear. I need to locate Snake.
He was never factored into the simulation. Leave him out of this.
I can't do much naked, especially in this temperature.
That's true. You won't be able to attack or enter the hanging mode either.
I think Snake has my gear.
Raiden, take out Solidus and his men. You must recover Arsenal intact.
Colonel, are you under orders from the Patriots?
Your role, that is, mission, is to infiltrate the structure and disarm the terrorists.
My role? Why do you keep saying that?
Why not? This is a type of role-playing game. The point is that you play out your part, and I expect you to turn in a perfect performance.
Colonel, I just...
Oh, I got it!
That I've never met you in person. Not once.
Complete your mission.
The hanging mode, it's when you, like, hang off of ledges.
No more questions. We have Rosemary.
What do you mean by that?
Over and out.
Also, if you notice Colonel's voice distorting at times, that's intentional. It's not like a fuck up on the stream.
You know, I heard it.
Yeah, I figured that was an intentional
No,
piece.
I heard the clue.
Yeah. But Raiden does make a very salient point.
Raiden,
He's never
turn the game console off right now.
He's never met the Colonel in person.
The mission is a failure. Cut the power
And notice how
right
they've never
now.
referred to him as Colonel Campbell, just
Don't worry.
the
It's a
Colonel.
game. It's a game just like usual.
You'll ruin your eyes playing so close to the TV.
What are you talking about?
Raiden, something happened to me last Thursday when I was driving home. I had a couple of miles to go. I looked up and saw a glowing orange object in the sky to the east. It was moving very irregularly. Suddenly, there was intense light all around me. And when I came to,
This is ChatGPT.
something happened to me. Huh? Fine. Forget it.
So is it canon that the Colonel got probed? And yes, he does keep calling you.
Honestly, though, you have played the game for a long time. Don't you have
It's only
anything
been
else
3 hours. Shut up.
Only 3 hours. I thought like 10 minutes fast.
Those are rookie numbers. Oh shit. Not in a good spot. There we go.
We got a streaker.
Okay, I've got a ration. I've got medicine. I've got cold medicine, because if you spend too long out here, you catch a cold. And that makes guards more likely to notice you.
Because of the sneezing, sniffles.
Yes.
Run!
Infiltrate the enemy fortress.
This is footage from Metal Gear 1, by the way.
Destroy the final weapon, Metal Gear.
Just thought I'd point that out. That's footage from the original Metal Gear, and that was your mission briefing at the beginning of the game.
What's their name? Did a video on it? Re-Res.
Yeah, well, no, they didn't do a video on
It's
the
like a
original
one.
Metal Gear. They did it on the NES exclusive non-canon sequel to the NES version of Metal Gear, Snake's Revenge.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Oh, we got butt.
Also,
what the fuck?
Jack!
He's mid-fall in the death screenshot.
That's the equivalent of a photo bomb. Dude went dancing on your grave.
I just can't leave this thing up to you any longer. I'll do the fighting. You can just go home.
A commanding officer that actually fights instead of staying in their comfy base and telling you what to do. He really is the best commanding officer. Maybe this Colonel guy isn't so bad after all.
I hit him. I need some backup here.
Nah, just ignore the man streaking through the hallway.
Like, it's just Bob. Just let Bob shriek.
What now, Colonel?
Honestly, though.
Shut up. I'm waiting for the interesting stuff he could say. Also, if you notice, all the areas that we're traveling through are named after parts of the digestive system.
Actually, there is something I have been meaning to tell you, but I just couldn't. I think you
Like the
should
area
know,
we
though.
just entered is
On
called the
Saturday
Ascending
morning last
Colon.
week, I saw a guy leaving Rosemary's room. How should I put it? It was like they were intimate.
Tags
Sorry.
NTR.
Sorry to bring this up during the mission, but
Tags cheating NTR.
President Baker should be somewhere to the south of where you blasted through the wall. Hurry and save him before the terrorists.
That's a line from Metal Gear
discover his
Solid 1.
Yeah.
Wrong game, Colonel.
I think they're trying to tell you turn this game off and play some more,
Infiltrate.
Oh god. Okay, we got that one.
And now we got Japanese woman in the top right corner. Instead of the map.
13.
Variety level 13 from the VR missions expansion pack to Metal Gear Solid 1.
Okay, and I was confused when you said with the Japanese lady. I'm like, what? I was looking in the alerts.
Oh, she disappeared.
Yeah, I was so confused.
I hear it's amazing when the famous purple stuffed worm in Flapjaw space with the tuning fork does a raw blink on Harry Carey Rock. I need scissors. 61.
Colonel, go home. You're on drugs.
Is it wrong that I'm high enough to understand it?
Hi, Rose.
Jack, I owe you an apology.
If it's about that conversation just now, I'm the one who's sorry.
No, it's something else.
What is it?
That day at Federal Hall 2 years ago, it wasn't a coincidence. I was ordered to keep an eye on you.
Keep an eye on me?
Yes, by the Patriots.
Yes, Rose has been working for the Patriots all along.
I suppose. Yes. It's an ugly word. Are you still there?
Was sleeping with me a part of the job?
I fell in love with you.
How could anyone?
I can't excuse what I did. I've reported every detail of your personal life to them these 2 years. What you did, said, everything.
Must have been fun.
But some things I didn't tell anyone. Like what I felt for you.
So that's why you were involved in this mission.
And I didn't tell them how hung you are.
Why else would they toss an analyst into the mix at the last minute?
Like
I'm
sorry.
I know what I did was wrong.
No matter where I go, I get used.
I reinvented myself to suit your tastes. Hairstyle, clothes, the way I moved, things I talked about. You say you love the color of my hair, my eyes. They're not even real.
You must have gone over my psych profile with a fine-tooth comb.
It was my job.
Great performance. Had me completely.
Yeah, I agree, Sheba. Rose
What
is
I
not
really
helping her
wanted
case with
was
this.
for you to see the
Rose,
real me.
shut up, Rose.
This
That's why, for
artificial
the longest time, I would always
romance.
title
It
Metal
was
Gear
worse to
Solid
lie
2
to
streams, Shut
myself
Up,
than to
Rose.
you. The more love you gave me, the more it hurt.
You want to know
Because I
you want to
knew
know
the
the
person
TV
you
tropes
loved
term
was
that
just a
usually gets
character.
used to describe
So it was
Rose's involvement with
artificial
this
on my
story,
end,
and I think
too.
you guys will
It
agree
was
with
just
it.
a game, not the real thing.
Romantic plot tumor.
I feel better knowing
Yeah.
that.
What?
I was in love, or thought I was, with someone who didn't exist. I was trying to be someone I wasn't by loving what wasn't real. I don't know who you really are. The person I knew isn't real. She's not the woman I'm talking to right now. In a sense,
These lines are so fucked up when you're high.
Jack, I thought I was
This whole
acting
section's gotta be
because that
fucked
was
up
my
when you're
job.
high.
But I did fall in love
More
with
so
you.
than normal.
you expect me to believe that? It's okay. You had your reasons, right? Hey, I understand, but I have nothing left to...
Jack!
What?
I'm carrying.
Good God.
Rose, what's going on?
It's been 2 years, to our knowledge.
Well, they've been together for 2 years, but she is... That part's not a lie. She is pregnant with his child.
Snake!
Been waiting long?
Do, do, do.
Do, 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 do.
Where's my gear?
Right over there.
Nicky boy.
That's more like it. Everything you had when you were captured is still there.
Ah, VST. You white villain.
Also, an Easter egg that's only available on certain difficulties, not the one that I chose, unfortunately,
Sorry about
is at the beginning of the game, on certain
to gain
difficulties,
access
you
to
can find a
Arsenal.
hidden shaver item.
Why
If
didn't you
you
tell me
find that
about
before
Olga?
meeting
You never
Pliskin for the
asked.
first time, when you get to
Not
this
happy
part,
about that?
Snake will have shaved
Get
his
over it.
beard.
Any effects of the virus yet?
Still waiting on that.
So, it was rigged by the Patriots?
Looks like it. From what I can tell, Arsenal is headed for Manhattan. I don't know what Solidus is planning, but we'll have to deal with it one way or another. There's also a troop of production model Rays ahead.
How many units?
25, according to Olga.
25?
Thankfully, you don't have to
Can't say
fight
I've
all
faced that many
25,
Metal
depending on
Gears
what
before,
difficulty you
but
choose.
I think we can deal.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you have to destroy, on higher difficulties, you have to destroy 25
I've
Metal
stocked
Gear
up on
Rays
Stinger
in one
missiles.
boss fight.
Oh yeah, Olga left this for you.
You're shitting me.
Thankfully, they go down in a few hits.
At the same time...
And now, we get to learn the ways of the blade.
Besides, I'm not a big fan of blades.
This is canonically where Raiden got his sword from Metal Gear Rising, by the way. It was from Olga. It's the same one that Olga was using in her ninja disguise.
Move the right stick up and down to make a vertical slice, and left.
Hey, I
and
got
down
a trophy for
parallel
getting
to
all the
ground.
weapons in the plant chapter.
Move the stick in a circle to do a rotating cut.
Unfortunately, you don't get to do much with
Push
the
it
sword
forward
because it's
to lunge
introduced so
and
late in the
strike.
game.
You can guard with your blade if you have the L1.
Also, you
pressed
can,
down.
with the sword, you can switch
should be
between
able to
lethal
deflect a
and
bullet or two.
non-lethal modes, so you can, like, non-lethally slice someone up, so it doesn't count towards your kill count.
Damn. What are you thinking?
Yeah, Snake shoots you if you attack him. Also, I agree, Sheba. Snake Cake is top tier. Yeah, when the weapon icon is blue, that means it's in non-lethal mode. Think of it like how Kenshin in Rurouni Kenshin uses a reverse-bladed sword. Think of it like that.
Okay. But he still never... well, he did stab people. Well, a lot of people. But, I'm not helping his case. Then you start bashing people.
I stabbed you non-lethally. Yes, Sheba, that's it.
That's why I went on that kitchen thing. I saw that. Oh, man.
Come on, time to go. If you run out of ammo, you can have mine.
You got enough?
Absolutely. Infinite ammo.
The reason I love that he points
Wait
to
up,
his
Snake.
bandana when he says that. Because canonically, the bandana secret item in Metal Gear Solid 1 gives you infinite ammo.
Snake, have you ever enjoyed killing someone?
What are you talking about?
I'm not
Like,
sure.
they do
Sometimes
try to
it's hard to
give
tell the
explanations for why
difference
certain
between
weapons in
reality
later
and a
games have
game.
infinite ammo.
Diminished
But in this
sense of
game, it's like,
reality.
the bandana just gives me infinite ammo. That's how it
No,
works.
It was field training when I was a kid. I lied, Snake. I have more field experience than I can remember. It's not VR that's doing this to me.
Raiden, we don't carry guns to take people down. We're not here to help some politician either.
You can say that because you're a legend, a hero. I'm Jack the Ripper, a dirty reminder of a terrible mistake.
Legends don't mean a whole lot. I was just a name to exploit. Just like you.
People will remember only the good part, the right part of what you did.
There's no right part in murder. Not ever. And we're not in this to make a name for ourselves.
Then what are you and Otacon fighting for?
A future? You can stop being part of a mistake.
That's the answer to what am I fighting
What am
for.
I? What am I supposed to do?
We finally got the answer after all these years. It turns out the answer was there all along in 2001.
Find it for yourself. And when you do,
But we still don't know the way.
No, we still don't know the way.
That's your problem.
Did you know that they potentially referenced Do You Know the Way? They potentially referenced the Do You Know the Way meme in the Sonic 2 movie.
Snake.
Oh my god, I did not know that.
You all
When
So we're all the
like the beginning of the movie has Eggman trying
How's
to open
everything
up
on
a
your
portal to get back
Alright
to
for
Earth.
now,
He accidentally
but there is
opens up a
something.
portal that brings
What?
Knuckles to him.
The Colonel's last transmission was strange.
Um
How?
and
strange.
like after he meets
No
Knuckles,
idea.
Knuckles wants to know where he can find Sonic.
I don't know.
And Eggman's
Never
like,
met the man,
let me show you the way.
I'll dig around.
Thanks. I owe you one.
If there's anything else, call me.
Now, a lot of people would normally be like,
frequency
that's
is
totally not a meme reference, it's just
141.12.
coincidence. They put the Sonic meme in Sonic Movie 1, okay? They are aware.
Yes.
They have a coffee shop called the Mean Bean Machine in the second movie. They are aware of the memes. They incorporated part of the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog Robotnik theme into Eggman's introduction music from the first movie. Also, it's not recommended that you use the sword here. I just like to.
You don't have your bullet blocking cybernetics yet.
Yeah, because he's not cybernetic yet.
Yep, that's why I said it.
Also, on higher difficulties, this can be one of the hardest parts of the game. Because Snake's AI is not very good at not getting shot. And enemies deal more damage on higher difficulties. So, a lot of people find their runs ruined by Snake just dying very easily if you're playing on, like, hard level. But I'm playing on normal for the record. For the people that didn't see the first streams of this. Which I don't blame you. It was a while since I've streamed this. Also, only part of the game where bodies disintegrate upon death instead of staying behind. I say disintegrate, they just blink out of existence. Because, I mean, part of it is because there's no reason to keep the bodies around, since you don't have to hide from anyone. But also, I have to imagine that given that this was originally programmed for last gen, they probably couldn't have too many bodies staying in one area for too long without it taking up too much memory.
Now, not this amount that's coming in. Like a third of this, maybe? But this amount, no. I can already tell you no.
Snake just roundhouse kicked me like I'm Silver the Hedgehog, who would later go on to be voiced by Quentin Flynn, who voices Raiden.
Raiden, about this colonel of yours. I found out where he is.
Where?
Inside Arsenal.
What?
I've checked out all the possibilities, but I keep coming back to Arsenal. It isn't a relay point, it's the origin of the signal. And the encryption protocol it uses is exactly the same as that of Arsenal's AI, the so-called GW.
What the hell does this mean?
I think it means you've been talking to an AI.
That's impossible.
God damn it.
The Colonel
Yeah, that wasn't the real Colonel all along. It was the AI that we're trying to destroy.
Cortical activity in the dormant part of your
And that's why he started going haywire. The virus is starting to work on him.
Your own creation.
If I had a nickel every time I interact with AI,
the virus may
I probably have like $5, which isn't a lot, but
it was
I can get a
He was talking to an AI chatbot all along.
Snake, what's happening around here?
It was clever bot.
What I do know is that you're standing right here in front of me. Not an illusion. Flesh and blood.
Huh?
It's your call. You can drop this if you want.
No, I can't do that. Let's go.
Oh yeah, and don't think that this is going to start getting less crazy from here. Okay, now we're in the Sigmoid colon.
Raiden. They've got Rose.
What?
Rose is being held in the holds.
It's a trap.
Help! Rose!
Raiden, get a grip.
But Snake...
It's a trap. Since the Colonel doesn't exist, there's no way he can take Rose hostage.
Yeah, you're right.
I am right.
Okay. Does Rose exist?
Don't be weird. She's your...
What if I've never really met her?
What?
If the Colonel is something that I partly dreamt up, then everything I remember about her could be...
Don't jump to conclusions.
You and Otacon are the ones that say the Colonel never existed.
Raiden.
Is this what Olga was talking about?
Poor Raiden's just having an existential crisis in the middle of a gunfire. In the middle of a firefight. Poor boy. Just give him a hug and some chalky milk.
These guys all been watching a little too much Naruto. And American Gang Stories, too.
But yeah, don't think that the game's going to get less trippy from here on out now that we know the Colonel's an AI.
Next, you want to tell me that there's going to be a pizza in the next gang that only tells us the coordinate of a secret. I mean, guess you wouldn't put it past Kojima, right?
I wouldn't. I genuinely wouldn't.
It would be funny if me joking around.
Fake game over screen. Fake game over screen that says mission nailed.
Oh God.
Instead of mission failed. And you're still playing in the preview window.
And my question is this. Did you get your fish in? Did they arrive?
Mission mail. Here. Mission mail.
There it is again. If I had the time and know-how to like set this up as a redeem, I totally would. To have it be like someone could redeem like the whole fish and mail screen, including like shrinking down my OBS window to fit in the preview window. But that's way too much work for me to pick up.
I think it's called a Unity, back in Unity thing, because I know Aki has stuff like that.
What the fuck?
Now I'm curious. Because I know for a fact you're gonna have to.
Hey, remember Fortune? Did you forget about her? Because she's just kind of disappeared from the story. The one who can't die, because bullets literally curve around her.
I just noticed 2 details on the wetsuit.
Yeah, I don't. I was going to say I don't know why that's there, but then I remembered Kojima.
Yeah, don't forget Taki had an outfit like that also, and so did Rose.
Well,
the only thing we live for.
Taki's excusable because she predates the invention of the bra.
Yeah. And the Kunoichi did use her bodies to trick gods.
Since no one can kill me, I may as well kill everyone I can.
Oh, she got the gun.
Yeah, it's she's got a fucking railgun.
They're like, oh shit, back the fuck up.
You want eternal rest? I've got it right here.
If you're wondering why don't they just throw explosives at her if bullets don't work, they tried that in her introductory cutscene. Explosives turn in, just like fizzle out and don't explode when they're near her.
You think you can kill me?
What about a knife to the neck?
I don't know what your group's been through, but let's get one thing
No one's
clear.
ever tried that.
I didn't kill your father.
I mean, they probably wouldn't because, you know, you'd have to get close to her.
You'd have to get close to her, first of all. Also, the reason she can use that railgun, if you notice, it's like sparking electricity everywhere, but the electricity curves around.
Watch your blade end up rusting or doubling at the actual spot you hit her in the neck or some shit.
The blade jet. There is an in-game explanation for why this happens, other than she just has really good luck. Which is why she's called Fortune.
Fortune favors the bow.
Jack, I've been watching how you fight.
My wallet doesn't have a
It
fortune
looks like
in
you
it.
remember the way you used to kill in the old days. Or is it one of the S3 plan's proud achievements?
What are you talking about?
Time for another plot
It came
twist.
as a complete surprise when Ocelot discovered the S3 data from GW. Not a bad idea, though. Using fire to fight fire, creating the perfect assassin to retire Solid Snake's brother. S3 stands for Solid Snake Simulation. It's a development program to artificially reproduce.
I can't
Solid
pause here
Snake,
to look
the
at what
perfect
area I'm in.
warrior. The result is a Foxhound Commando. When Foxhound no longer exists, a simulated Solid Snake shaped by VR regimen. Sound like someone you know, Jack? I'm sorry to see you reduced to one of the Patriots' puppets. But I've made use of you, and their plan too.
The puppet to try and beat Usain's Bolt last time.
It was obvious the Patriots were among my ranks. I had to smoke out the agent before the mission entered the final phase. You came in handy, as bait. Jack, those days during the Civil War were as real as they come. Every day was absolute, split between life and death. You ran from it, and now you've been led back to war by something less than real.
When you think about it, the psychological questioning Kojima had with this.
At least you know.
Because I'm watching it, I'm confused questioning shit.
It's supposed to make you constantly question reality. He was really into postmodernist literature.
Yeah, like I say, like, it's great writing. Really good writing.
Like, the story was not very well received by fans back in the day, but it's regarded as one of the best stories in the series nowadays, now that people, like, actually understand it.
Why do your giant mech needs to roar?
I mean, Metal Gear Rex did, too. I mean...
I know.
From a design standpoint, if I were designing a like top secret military weapon, it would probably be, you know, as a fear tactic against enemies.
Well, I'm gonna have to take my leave early, guys, because I have to be up early. I gotta take my car to the shop tomorrow, and they open at 8 a.m.
Understandable. Have a good night, JKR.
Have a good night.
So yeah, you fight Rays 3 at a time, which is partly how they managed to do the whole destroying 25 Metal Gears in one boss fight thing.
Oh, okay.
And you take them down with Stinger missiles, so it's easier than you would expect. It's also the fact that these are mass production model Rays instead of the original Ray, which we never actually get to fight in this game. You know, when they're mass-produced, they have to cut costs.
Yeah.
Whereas the Ray that Ocelot stole at the beginning of the game was a prototype. And the Ray would come to sort of be like a in-series joke as far as the Metal Gears go. Because it's a Ray that has no nuclear capabilities. And, like, to show how far the tide of technology has shifted by the time of Metal Gear Rising, we have a Metal Gear Ray as just our first boss.
I'm just over here like, bro, what the heck?
That wasn't a laser cannon, by the way. It's a point that, like, it's a point in, Metal Gear Rising that they swapped out its original weapon, which was a high-pressure water cutter, with a plasma cannon.
Oh.
Because the Rays are supposed to be amphibious units. They're supposed to be able to work underwater and use water as a source for their cannons.
Like that one just snapped to the sky and went like, oh, hey, motherfucker, what's up? Oh, shit, you see me in the background, too.
Yep.
Oh, that is so intimidating.
Yeah, this is a great fight.
Oh my god, that's so intimidating.
Not as iconic as the Metal Gear Rex fight from Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's trying to do its own unique take on a Metal Gear fight.
It did a great job. But
whereas the Rex fight is trying to adapt the fight from Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake into 3D. Because now that I can say I played the original Metal Gear duology, I can say that I noticed a lot of the parallels between Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake and Metal Gear Solid 1. They're completely intentional.
Okay.
If you get the Master Collection, which is how I'm playing this, which you don't need a PS5 to get it, thankfully. It's on, like, everything. And ignore the reviews that say, like, oh, it's broken because they fixed its issues in the following months. Obviously, it should have launched in a good state to begin with. But it's perfectly playable now. You not only get Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3, you also get Metal Gear 1 and 2, and the NES Metal Gear and its NES exclusive sequel, Snake's Revenge, as well as the digital comic adaptations of Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2. And with Metal Gear Solid 1 in particular, you not only get, you know, Metal Gear Solid 1 as it's been released countless times, you also get the European version that had some exclusive changes to it due to it being released later, as they tend to do with European games. You get the Japanese exclusive Metal Gear Solid Integral, you get the VR missions expansion, and you get the original Japanese release of Metal Gear Solid.
Interesting.
Which differs from the international version in a few ways, like not including the first-person aiming mode.
Alright. Excuse me. Excuse me on that.
Like, I don't think it's fair when people called this out as being like a lazily done collection, because they went out of their way to include a bunch of stuff that has never been available worldwide.
Like Metal Gear,
it's just that the way it launched wasn't the best. Like Metal Gear Solid 1 had this stupid like linear scaling, so it looked really blurry on like any modern display. But with patches in the months since it came out, well, I should say in the years since it came out, they've added a sharp scaling to it. So you get like that, you know, nice crisp image instead of blurry smeared picture. The only downside, I would say, that they still haven't fixed, because it would require a lot more work than people anticipated, is that they didn't like natively upscale the internal rendering resolution of Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3. It's still running at the locked 720p that PS3 and Xbox 360 versions ran at. Then upscaled that to 1080p. And then, if you're playing on PS5 and Xbox Series X, upscaling that 1080p, which is already being upscaled non-integer scaled, which is going to be a bit blurry, from 720p to 1080p, and then upscaling that 1080p to 4K. So what results in is, like, it's not as sharp as you would expect from a modern release of this. But still looks fine. Like, I'm playing this on PS5 on 4K TV, and it still looks nice and sharp to me. Not, like, you know, as sharp as if I were to, say, like, take the PS3 version and run it in RPCS3, which is a PS3 emulator, and increase the rendering resolution to 4K. Like, obviously, it's not going to look as sharp as that, but it gets the job done.
Mech Warrior.
Guess we're playing Mech Warrior. You know, I actually do have one of the MechWarrior games, Mech Assault for the P. I was about to say for the PS2, but no, it was an Xbox exclusive. And I've held on to that for two reasons. One being that I have a lot of nostalgia for Mech Assault, even though I never got good at it. It was one of the first Xbox games I ever played over at my friend's house when he got his Xbox. And then it was one of the first Xbox games I got when I got my Xbox. But also because Mech Assault is a popular game for people to try and get on the aftermarket. Because it's one of the handful of games on the Xbox that you can use to soft mod your console to play backups at home. And Mech Assault in particular is sought after because, unlike games like 007 Agent Under Fire, you don't need a specific print of it to work any copy.
Okay.
Yeah, Agent Under Fire was I haven't played Agents Under Fire, but to my knowledge, it must have been a mess on a lot of platforms, considering that there are at least 2 or 3 of the two, if not all, of the platforms it was released on, which was, you know, PS2, Xbox, GameCube, use it for booting homebrew and hacks and stuff. It's like how, oh god. That was a quick death.
Right, come in. Right.
It's like how people suddenly wanted copies of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 for PS1 once they found out they can use it to launch homebrew without installing a mod chip in their console. Which I was lucky enough to scoop one up before the prices on those got out of control. I don't think they have gotten out of control, now that I say that. But I wanted to get ahead of it.
Yeah.
You know, just in case. Because I know how the retro market is.
Yeah.
Once something can be used for an once something can be used for an exploit, it suddenly skyrockets in price because there's more demand.
Yeah, when it comes to the MechWarrior thing, right?
Yeah.
I don't know which one I played, but I know I played the one that was on PC and I had a blast.
MechWarrior started on PC, to my knowledge, so there could be
Yeah.
any.
It was like a 98 or 97. I don't know which one.
But
All I
Mech
can
Assault
say
was
is-
like a consoleized, more, like less strategy and more action-focused take on MechWarrior.
Yeah.
That was part of the overall MechWarrior IP.
It was fun. It was
Like, what I
fun.
remember most with Mech Assault was not even its campaign, because who the fuck cares about the campaign in Mech Assault? It was playing multiplayer and just having all the different mechs to choose from. And, like, pitting the most OP mechs against each other and seeing who could win more attrition.
Cause I played the older ones, I would get like the really giant mechs, be in the enemy zone. I'll put like the first one. I'm like, where are they? Then I'm like, oh wow, they're ants.
One of the cool things about Mech Assault was when your mech was destroyed, you weren't necessarily dead. You could eject from your mech, and you would control like a little tiny soldier man. And then you could either try to find other mechs to pilot, or you could get stomped and die, or there was a button that would make you self-destruct so you could respawn. And self-destructing would, you know, take a point away from you because it was mostly deathmatch mode.
I've never played the mech games, the multiplayer.
Well, you think of any kind of competitive action game, it's usually deathmatch as its main multiplayer mode. It would deny your opponent getting the point for killing if you use the self-destruct button while ejected from a mech. It also had Xbox Live compatibility, but I never got to try that. Xbox Live stuff. So I never got to try online matches with Mech Assault. And it wasn't compatible with the Xbox 360, which is how I first experienced Xbox Live. So that's another reason why I missed on it. Like the only Xbox, original Xbox game that I got to play on Xbox Live back when Xbox Live for the original was up and, you know, worked with backwards compatible games on 360. Was Star Wars Battlefront 2. That's right, I never even got to play Halo 2 on online multiplayer back in the day.
I didn't play online multiplayer, but I did get to play with one of my friends before he went into college.
Nice.
Yeah, it was like the second time when it came to Halo, I was able to have visually 4 of us playing. The first time was with my little sister, my oldest brother, my late older brother. Good time.
We're just getting nostalgic tonight, which works because this is a game from 2001 that a lot of people are very nostalgic for.
I also helped my little cousin get a lot for either. I don't remember if I beat Halo 3 on the hardest difficulty. I don't remember because it's been so long. But I at least helped him progress in that game. I know that. Because he was having a hard time playing it and it was freezing through. Keep in mind, I suck at shooting games.
Yeah, I'm not very good at competitive FPS games, at least. Just
The
games
fact that
in general, I'm not very good at them. But I still play them just for fun. I don't play stuff competitively.
Yeah, I just think
I've done one competition, and I came in 3rd place. It was a local Halo competition near where my grandparents used to live at this cool mom and pop game store that is sadly no longer in business. Made a friend there that was like the first friend I was able to you know, hang out with when I was visiting my grandparents. We're still friends on Xbox Live, but we haven't talked in years. So I'm like kind of hesitant to reach out to him. Like we met at the Halo tournament, and we would also play a lot of Rock Band 2 together.
How many do you gotta kill?
We're almost done. It's not the full 25 on normal difficulty. It's something like 15.
15.
On easy difficulty, you only have to kill like the first 3 or 5.
I think it's probably 5. I think you get to 5 before.
Like, it scales with difficulty. Also, keep in mind, I've died once in this fight, so that set us back already. Thankfully, I finally found a good strategy. Shoot him in the leg, and shoot him in the mouth. Extra damage.
That is the same thing to me.
There we go. It's over. No Ray, Jose.
Oh, God. He said the line!
He said the line that he didn't get to say is silver. Considering he's been replaced as silver.
I expected a little more fight than that, Jack.
Rules of nature!
So you decided to show yourself.
Oh, but don't do this! They'll know!
I'll hold them off. Give you time to get away.
What about you? This is suicide!
Your nanomachines, they're transmitting your vital signs to the Patriots. If you die, my child dies. You understand?
the child.
I see. So that's why you sold your troops out to me. So many dead, and they all died trusting you! Weren't they your comrades?
No, not just comrades. Family.
Was she gonna take on Reyes with a fucking pistol, 9mm
I know I'm
or
going
something?
to help, but at least
I mean, more effective than taking them on with a dagger.
Your attitude.
Actually, I'm joking, but I'm pretty sure that happened.
I'll be happy to accommodate you.
Why did he come in like a freaking DeLorean?
I love how this badass mercenary woman is just equipped with the tiniest little dinky pistol. Order, Daddy.
live. You have to.
Hey. Oh shit!
Oh god.
I thought he was gonna run up and cut the dude's arm.
Okay, but was the strangulation really necessary in that?
Yes.
If he was just gonna shoot her in the head?
I mean, it's easier to hit a stationary target than a moving target.
Well, yeah,
What
but
the
like,
fuck?
did, you didn't think a Metal Gear story would be over without some Ocelot fuckery, did you?
What's wrong with it?
Bro, the first thing that came to mind was it get the Clout Strike update. Oh, goodness gracious. What people don't know, it wasn't the virus, it was a fart. And they started to malfunction and melt from the inside.
I mean, what happened with the Cloud Strike thing wasn't even a virus, it was just a bad update they put out.
Yeah, I know. But it's relevant and it works for this.
This is why you don't let AI control everything.
Yes.
Ocelot, what have you been up to? It's too late. Arsenal system control is going haywire. It's on an emergency ascent course.
Also, yes, the Arsenal, the Metal Gear Reyes bleed. Do I know why? Not really.
It's motor oil. Dude, Metal Gear's just Ava units.
Just wait until we get to Metal Gear Solid.
Oh god, no! I'm trying to be funny, but I'm just guessing shit that actually happened.
Not about Ava units, but about, like, bioorganic machines used for...
Oh god. I'm just predicting what could you... Oh, Lord have mercy.
Patriots.
Again with the choking!
You still have some use.
I've captured Snake.
Snake?
Bring him in.
Oh.
And this is where we're gonna end off for tonight. Because it
Getting
is getting
choked
late,
out
and
on
we've
the
been
board.
streaming for 4 hours.
My ass. It's a sore.
Yeah, mine is too. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight. Thank you to my co-host for joining me. I'll see you guys next time. Keep an eye out for my schedule on my social medias or in my Discord. And until then, unpleasant dreams.
Well, we are the boys of Chorus. I hope you enjoyed our show. I know you're rooting for us, but now we have to go.
Good night, everybody.
Why did...